There's something that's coming up on there, and it actually involves Benjy. Benjy, I saw a clip of you. Yesterday, Benjy went by the set of 30 Rock. They were filming outdoors, and they had one of those setups with trailers, and one of the trailers said... one of the trailers said... What's the comedian's name? I'm drawing a blank. Tracy Morgan. One of the trailers said Tracy Morgan. Benjy sees this and immediately runs up and starts banging on the door, telling all the people on the set that he is in Tracy's life and that he needs to see Tracy.
Tracy, it's Benjy. I'm still in your life. Hello? That's his trailer.
And then he just goes over to the craft services table and begins eating bagels and stuff. And they're like, whoa, 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 who are you? And you can't be eating that stuff. He goes, no, I'm in Tracy's life.
I'm in Tracy's life. No. Smash ball Tracy. Call Tracy. Tracy's going to be very upset. He's going to be upset. I'm in Tracy's life. Tracy's going to be very mad at all of you.
Then a bunch of big black guys surround him. I don't know where they came from. Are they Tracy's personal guys?
I'm not sure if they're in his life, but they were something to do with 30 Rock.
Yeah. So it's continuing I'm in Tracy's life.
Right.
Thing. Unfortunately, he never gets to see Tracy, but it hardly matters.
I wonder if it gets back to Tracy.
I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to think so. You know. So
don't you think that's kind of dangerous?
Yeah, I think it's real dangerous.
Because I had a guy, remember that guy who used to say he was related to me?
Right.
And he used to burst through the door.
Yeah, I remember that guy.
That was frightening.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe Tracy will recognize Benjy.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was nuts.
Maybe not.
It's nutty tape, I'll tell you. Here's a clip from it. Howard TV says they can play it, Fred. I don't know what that entails. Though there he is.
There's the trailer.
That's the trailer. Nice show.
I'm still in your life. That's his trailer.
It's right out on the street.
Tracy! Tracy, come on, I'm in your life still! Let's go, get off the goddamn stairs! Where's Tracy? Let's go! Come on, I'm in his life! Yeah, right. I'm in his life! Ask Tracy Morgan, I'm still in his life!
Uh-oh.
See, this is where it gets crazy.
Yeah.
Ask Tracy, I'm in his life! Tracy, come tell, what's your name? That wasn't nice. Tracy.
Anyway, I'm not going to play the whole thing. All right, guys, thank you.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
See, I don't think that that's a good thing to do.
No, I don't either. I'm
I mean,
against
for
it.
Benjy's safety.
Right, I agree. Benjy, do you get nervous doing that kind of stuff?
Well, Lisa G was with us, so...
Oh, so she protects you.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, you have Lisa G with you. She's a newswoman.
Well, maybe he thinks because they see a camera crew.
Yeah.
Nah, it wasn't a camera crew.
It wasn't.
It was a phone.
crew.
Chris had a phone. It was a phone crew.
Yeah,
A phone?
He was just walking down the street. He didn't know he was going to go do that. They just took a phone and did
Because
it.
I was like, what is Benjy doing with a camera crew with him?
It's a pretty good camera, though, that phone.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's, you know, a lot of guys in the office have it. The Android X, I think it is.
Is it?
I think that's what it is.
Is the Android X like a BlackBerry thing?
It's a smartphone.
Jason is one of the guys that has that has been telling me a lot about it, so I don't know too much about it.
It's Verizon's answer to the iPhone.
And so the camera seems to be almost broadcast quality.
It looked like he had a camera with him.
Yeah. And the microphone was pretty good. I mean, Benjy's very loud, but yeah, the microphone's pretty good.
I think the camera's great, although some of the TV guys, when they were watching this morning, like Scott said, what was that shot on? Like, he noticed it was different than...
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a
Well,
cell phone.
I mean, I should hope that Scott would notice.
Yeah.
Well, he's the one.
Good of Scott to notice that the quality isn't the same as our cameras here in the studio. So,
But
anyway.
still pretty good.
Yeah, so you'll see that's just another one of those bonus things on Howard TV. Lisa G is here with headlines. Lisa, what do you have for us from the Howard 100 newsroom?
Lisa Glassberg takes shits at work.
Lisa, what's happening?
All right. Howard 100 News was on the scene when Benjy tried to find Tracy Morgan on the 30 Rock set.
How did that happen?
Lisa was walking down the street with Benjy.
Oh, okay.
Right.
It's the first time I've been with him when he tried to do something like this.
Right.
I thought we were going to get arrested 3 times. Oh, God.
Do you think he was showing off you? Do you think he has a crush on you in some weird way? Like,
No, he gets into the zone.
Yeah.
He didn't even hear me when I
Right.
kept saying, all right, Benjy, that's enough. Let's go. I mean,
It's scary, isn't it? I mean, because he does these wild things. For those of you who weren't listening earlier in the morning, Benjy randomly just happened to walk by the 30 Rock set. They were shooting some outdoor stuff. And Tracy Morgan's trailer was there. And then Benjy started banging on Tracy Morgan's door and saying, I'm in your life. You know, it was like the follow-up, part deux.
Yeah, it's a sequel.
The redo. and then he went, and then he was on the craft services table eating and glomming food, and they threw him out of there.
anyone can walk onto that.
I
He
know.
just walked on. He took a bagel. He goes, hey, you have any butter? 10 minutes later, they go, and you are?
And then he goes, I'm in Tracy Morgan's life. And then they realized, give us back the bagel. Meanwhile, he'd already eaten it already. Let him have the bagel. They were trying to take the bagel from him. Anyway, we got it all on tape, believe it or not, because somebody was smart enough to have their cell phone with them. And Lisa just happened to be there. It's wild, right? I mean, I watch it on tape and I cringe.
Well, that was the second stop. The first stop was Fox Business News, where I thought 2 security guys were going to break his legs.
What
What
did he do
happened
there?
at Fox Business News?
He started to dance. The guy was doing a stand-up, but the craziest dances I've ever seen. So,
But aren't you legal? I mean, you know, Benjy's within his rights. You're legally allowed to
Dance on the street. Is there a rule against that?
Yeah, but you can't kick your leg up in the air like a crazy person, apparently.
Right. Why? He's
Ask him. The cop was telling him, you know, you
What'd the
can
cop
dance.
say?
Well, you know the Jewish dance where you put your hands on the guy's shoulders and you both kick your legs up?
I don't know that one, but go ahead.
Hora?
I thought that's a Russian dance.
Well, it might be Russian, Jewish,
Yeah.
Ashkenazi, I don't know. But so the cop said that dance was dangerous, but like a more mild dance would be okay.
Oh, you can't do a dangerous dance.
Poor cops have to deal with Benjy.
Yeah.
So then we walked to the 30 Rock trailer. And he almost got thrown out of that when he was knocking on the door.
Seems though like he was putting on a pretty good show for you. I think he's got a crush on you.
No, he didn't even hear me. He was in the zone.
But were you in the zone because Lisa was around, like you were showing her all your powers? Like it's hot when a chick's around and you
Yeah,
want
I
Look at
think
how
that
much
definitely
fun I am.
amps it up a little bit.
and you realize it made no, like she doesn't even realize you were showing off for her?
Well, I don't know if it was a direct thing, but I'm sure it had. It sure
That's something.
influences my
It must have
psyche,
been more fun because she was getting all freaked out.
And Lisa's like the best audience in the world because everything. I mean, you could like sneeze on the street and like, oh my god, that's outrageous.
All right. That's like my sister. Whenever we're together, no matter what I say is hysterical and crazy. She goes, oh, you're crazy. You're crazy. And I'm like, I'm not saying anything that crazy. I'm like I've said crazy stuff. This isn't that
Right.
crazy. You're outrageous.
Well, any girl that falls in love with Benjy will have to love what he does because you have to put up with it. He's crazy.
He is, because he'll even do it if there's no camera. Right, but you knew there was, but you didn't even think there was a camera.
No, actually, I mean, Lisa actually is the one that told us that 30 Rock was down there, and we
Right.
thought, oh well, let's go walk by and see what happens.
Oh,
Right,
so
right.
it was a plan.
Yeah.
I see.
But it doesn't matter because he goes crazy.
Yeah, he's nuts. But anyway, it'll be on Howard TV. I'm
The
looking forward to that.
dancing? Did they get the dancing?
I didn't see the clip of the
Oh,
dancing.
I don't
my
know if the dancing
God.
really led to anything.
It didn't lead to anything.
We just want to see you dance.
Oh, that is the funniest thing.
Can we see the dance? Can you do it here?
It
you show it now?
I mean, I would need someone.
Yeah, give us some space.
Who were you
Oh,
holding on to?
No,
On the
You
street.
were doing it yourself. He was going like,
You don't need shoulders.
I won't hurt you.
yes, you will.
No, leave her alone.
Yeah, thank you.
You didn't have a.
He was going like that.
I don't know that dance.
What? It's you go alternate legs, but.
All right, okay. That's not a dance.
Yes, it is.
Get away from me.
But in the middle of the street, okay?
Right.
So.
All right, that's
pretty
fun.
funny.
All right, what else you
So
got?
anyway, I went back to the trailer
Oh,
and I found Tracy.
Oh,
Very good.
We have audio for you.
Yeah.
It's on GP1 in red.
Okay. And this is what Tracy had to say?
Yes.
Too bad Tracy didn't see Benjy.
Right.
It's freaking him out.
Is he pissed that they kicked me out?
No, he wants you to keep following him.
All right, here we go.
Did you say you loved Benjy?
Love Benjy. I love me some Benjy. Benjy, I love you, dude. Holla at me. HS. Know that it's from Big Elbow, too. That's Elbow right there.
If Holla was a superhero, he would be the leader.
Nice. Those are the guys. I think that was the guy kicking you out. Not Tracy, that guy behind him.
Big Elbow?
Yeah.
No, it was some guy with the Teamsters, I think.
Oh, I see. It's too bad Tracy wasn't in his trailer at that point. That would have been great. Benjy gets in there.
Can you imagine they're trying to throw him out and all of a sudden Tracy opens the door and says, Benjy!
I
told you.
Some Benjy.
I was in Tracy's life. I'm in Tracy's life.
I'm going to be in his bathtub tonight.
You know, we were supposed to send Eric the Midget out to the Emmys.
Right. Well, what happened? You know, because
well,
people were, you know, when I was talking to people over the break, everybody was like, is Eric doing it?
Well, Eric wasn't doing it because he was just being a major pain in the ass. So they sent Shuli out at the last minute. And quite frankly, there weren't, you know, if you watch the Emmys, it's probably no fault of Shuli's. There just wasn't that many good people. Like, who would you even interview? And it seems like everybody he ran into, and maybe this is Shuli's fault, a lot of times he'd identify himself as being from the Howard Stern channels.
Oh, right away, instead of just being a reporter?
Yeah, I listened to the tapes, and
Well,
Shuli,
no,
that's a major faux pas.
Well, no, what I did was there were some people that I know were fans of yours and fans of the show.
No, but you don't, you know.
Like Pierce Morgan,
But how can you ask them offensive questions if they know they're from the Howard Stern show? They
But
know.
no, I didn't do it every single person.
No,
Not
I
at
know.
all. I said Sirius XM for the most part. And we were at this Entertainment Tonight after party. It wasn't the red carpet for the actual Emmys. So you had
the best interview you had was with this chick who I don't even know who she is, Melora Hardin.
She's from The Office.
Yeah, but she was good because she didn't know who you were.
Right. And
that's when it's the best.
But I have a lot of them that I didn't introduce myself as that.
Shuli went all the way out to California, and the best interview we have is from someone I never heard of.
And
it's absolutely awful.
I was excited to interview her because I'm a fan of The Office, and she ended up getting pissed at me.
Yeah, it was weird. Like, I didn't think he asked her anything that offensive, and she actually circled back to tell you what a jerk you were.
Wow. I think what happened was she went inside and she started thinking about like
I know, but
the answer she gave me.
All right, here's Shuli with somebody named Melora Hardin. Hardin.
I'm with Sirius XM Satellite Radio.
Hi.
How are you tonight?
I'm good. I love Sirius.
Well, I love
We
The
have it in
Office.
Oh, good. Well, then we love each other. That's nice.
What's some of the channels you listen to on Sirius?
Oh, I love the coffee table.
Coffee House.
Coffee House. Love Coffee House.
Right.
I love the Frank Sinatra, station. I love the, is it the 70s station? Is it called the
70s on 7.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah? I love a lot of them. There's a lot of good ones.
Any messages for the families of the trapped Chilean miners that you'd like to give?
Oh, my. God. No, just, yes. I just...
Trap Chilean man.
That was my favorite question of the
Yeah,
night. I would ask people, I'd say, how great is it to be out with all your peers dressed up? They go, oh, it's fantastic. I love tonight. And I go, what do you think about the miners?
Sending hope and love and, the very best of, just for the very best outcome. That's really all I can say.
Is there ever a part of you that feels like, going out to celebrate on a night like tonight when so much bad is going on in the world? Is that maybe not so proper in your opinion?
I think there's bad going on in the world all the time, every single day of the year. And if we were always focusing on the bad going on in the world, we would never make the good. And I think that people need to feel joy and need to feel their own joy in order.
I thought that was a pretty good answer, actually.
It's the next one, I think.
I wonder if there's somebody in Chile right now going, oh, Melora Hardin, sending us hope. Thank you. Help me. Help me. I'm down here in the mine. I don't know how to do a Chilean accent. I'm sure it sounds like me. I'm down here in the mine. Thank you.
Everybody sounds like they're from the Middle
India,
East.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Melissa Hardin from The Office. We watch that show in the mine all the time. Those fucking guys are going to be down there for like a month. It looks like weird reality television. They always have a picture of some dude on there. They have a video and everything.
What's weird is we're getting all this shit down to them, but we can't get them out of there.
I know.
Like, there's videos coming out of there, and they're just still stuck in there.
Yeah, but how else would they ever get noticed by Melora Hardin?
And then they're sending like 20 psychologists down there.
Yeah.
Like, send some
They're
equipment.
going to talk to them.
Yeah.
You know,
And by the way, I can't imagine what life is like in Chile, but
Maybe it's better down
yeah,
there.
they're probably like, please leave us alone. Life is so much better down here. The corruption and the horror of it all.
you know, they're saying 3 or 4 months, not a month.
Wow. Can they survive?
Well, they can get things down to them, obviously. Because if you were going to be down there for 3 or 4 months with nothing, don't come.
It'd be weird if they end up looking like people from Middle Earth because they've been down there so long,
Yeah,
you know?
they'll find Bilbo Baggins down there. And Fredo, whatever.
They come out like
Gollum will be there.
teeth are all
Precious, my precious.
pointy teeth. My precious. Yeah.
One hole to rule them all.
Be weird if they refuse to come back up. We hate Chile. It's never been good. Imagine you live in Chile and you're working in a coal mine. Can there be a fucking worse life than that?
God really hates you.
Oh, man.
There's one thing that's worse. Will was just telling me that there's a big argument going on because the company that ran the mine is shut down and gone. So there's a big discussion about whether they're going to get paid or not while they're down there.
Oh.
And the government says they're not paying them, and the company's gone.
Oh,
No
hey,
wonder
guys.
they don't want to come out.
Guys, we're going to get you out in a couple of months. Your company has basically disappeared.
Once you come out, you'll be homeless.
Yeah, we can't pay you.
Then I quit.
Send us little Lupe.
Or Melora Gay Hardin, or whatever her name is.
Gary, for Hope, send them some headshots of Melissa Hardin, or whatever her name is, Melora Hardin. I like that she's actually sending a message of hope. Oh, yes. What is her message of hope? I got to rewind this. She got a message of hope.
Fuck Hope, send me a sandwich.
Let's see.
To, to give back.
Have you ever used the N-word in conversation?
Absolutely not. In a conversation, you mean? Just at all?
After this interview, you think, well, she did a really nice job, and
Right.
really, it was a very reasonable interview.
What did you do?
Well,
I don't know. Like, he was standing there, and 2 seconds later, she comes back out.
It wasn't even that, Howard. It was like literally 10 minutes late, 15. The carpet was pretty much dead. Like, we were getting ready to leave.
Yeah.
And I got my back to where the party is. I'm just staring down the carpet to see if there's anybody else coming. And all of a sudden, I just hear this woman, like, starting to scold me, you know?
Yeah, here she is. This is Melissa Hardin.
And I feel like it was really inappropriate. I just wanted to tell you that myself because I think I was actually really nice and gave you a nice interview. So I'm just I just don't think that a couple of those last questions were appropriate. I think you might reconsider next time we have some celebrities up here.
Which ones were inappropriate? The Chilean miner question?
No, then I asked her if, I said, are you married?
A message of hope to the Chilean miners?
I said, are you married? She said, yeah. I said, do you and your husband watch porn? And what kind? She says, no, we don't.
Well, what's
And that
wrong
was
with
it.
Yeah, I mean, big deal.
Yeah.
Grow up.
You thought you'd gotten away with something.
Yeah. I mean,
Really?
how old is she that she's so offended?
She's in her
Was
30s.
she 9? You know?
I don't know. She was very odd, though.
She's 43.
Whoa.
Good Lord. Very inappropriate.
There was these two.
He asked if she ever used the N-word.
Right.
Okay, that's appropriate. It's a red carpet.
I gotta get you. There's this one message to the miners that these two people, they're from this Bravo show called Flipping Out.
What did they say?
This chick is like as smart as the hole that these guys are stuck in. And I go, do you have any message? And she says, well, I hear they're gonna, get him out in a couple months, but we're gonna keep that on the DL. They don't know that. And she's like, hang in there, guys. Like, what the fuck else are they gonna do?
Hang in there.
Stupid ass.
Have a good life.
Yeah.
Sorry, you won't be out in time for Baba Booey's book release. Wolf, I'm sending them autographed copies of my book.
Oh, bury us further.
Wow.
But Howard, the flight back from L.A.
Hey, hold it. Here's another one that I thought was kind of interesting. You know that guy who's very gay looking on Dancing with the Stars, but they swear he's not gay? He's the dance guy, the blonde-haired guy.
Oh, I know who you're talking
He's real
about.
good
I think
looking.
that's Huff's brother.
Yeah.
Right.
Julianne Hough's brother. He was. What is he doing at the Emmys? Was he up for an Emmy?
First of all, you know what's funny?
Isn't it really shitty to show up at the Emmys and you're not up for an Emmy? Like I was watching, like Heidi Klum looked really good with Seal, but they're not up for an Emmy.
I think they are for like the reality show stuff.
Oh right. Okay, so
like,
she had a purpose for being there,
and him too, because I think Dancing with the Stars is also up for.
Yeah,
an
but
what's funny is the PR people stick them at one spot and then they run down the line, and it's really like embarrassing because they come up to everybody, they go, we have Derek Huff from Dancing. Do you want to talk to him? And people are like, nah, they're blowing him off.
Yeah, there's really nothing. Well, you asked him a question and he just like blew you off.
Yeah, because I didn't want to, like, there's the rumor out there, whatever, he might be gay, and I didn't want to mention any of that, so I asked him.
Here you go.
I asked him this.
Derek, 2 questions. One, ballpark figure, guesstimate for me. How many chicks do you think you banged in your day? Total.
That's not a question.
All right, I got a follow-up.
That's a question.
It is.
He said it wasn't a question?
Yeah.
I think that's
Maybe
a
not
question.
for him.
Well, supposedly he was banging one of the contestants, so I guess he's not gay.
Which guy?
I don't know. No, one of the actual women. Just when you see a guy prancing around like that for a career,
My follow-up was, where's your favorite place to come on a guy? But he left. I was going to ask him, but he took off.
Did you ever come on Ryan Seacrest's face?
That's not a question.
That is a question, but I can't answer that. Let's see.
You want to come on any of the minors?
I don't know. That's the only good ones I heard. Allie and Roberto, you told them you were from the Howard Stern show.
Well, because I know you're a fan of the show.
Yeah, but so what? Who cares? You want to offend them. What happened on the trip home?
So I had a middle seat on.
Meanwhile, we sent Shuli all the way out there for 2 shitty interviews.
Well, that's my point.
Disrupted Shuli's weekend.
The whole idea was that people wouldn't be able to avoid Eric the Midget, and they'd stand there and try to deal with whatever was going on.
We would have gotten.
You thought Shuli was a replacement for that?
That's all we had, right? Short, sweet notice. You know what I mean?
I'm always on deck, ready to go.
I wanted to get Brian Dunkelman, but he wasn't around. I did. I really did. Beth said to me, "You know, it'd be good, Brian Dunkelman." I said, "Yeah, that's funny." But Eric the Midget.
He was busy.
Eric the Midget would have gone out there, been a pain in the ass, and we'd have nothing.
I know.
Hey, Howard?
Yeah.
Before you get into Shuli Stern, do you want that clip of those people from that show giving hope to the Chilean?
Yeah. Where's that?
Upper right-hand corner of that same page.
Who are they?
It's this chick named Sarah and the guy's named Trace, and they're interns for this guy who his business is flipping houses, and they're his interns. And one
is
guy
it a reality show?
Yeah, and one guy's gay, and the other one's a chick.
Any words for the families of the trapped miners in Chile?
Oh, wow, keep it up. And they're going to get out. I mean, I think that they said it's going to be a few months, but it's on the down low. We're not telling them that. So we're hoping that they can get out as soon as possible.
Right.
Good luck, guys. You can make it.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Nice message of hope.
They're sending that right down that fiber optic tube.
Any way we can get word to the Chilean miners that those 2 idiots are wishing them well? You just wish someone would turn to Shuli and go, "Listen, asshole. What would I say to the Chilean miners? You're not getting this tape to them anyway." But no.
I was asking about the people dying in Pakistan in the floods. Right before they're about to go in and party.
So what happened on the trip home? Anything eventful?
So I get a middle...
I'm sure we put you on a private jet to California with Sirius's budget.
So I get in a middle seat, right? And I'm sitting in my seat, and I'm just dreading who I could possibly be surrounded by. And sure enough, this married couple shows up, a rabbi and his wife. The rabbi's like 300 pounds. and so right away...
How do you know he's a rabbi?
Because he's got the long... He's all dolled up.
You mean he's got the whole look? He's not one of the reform rabbis.
He's either that or ZZ Top.
He's like one of the Lubavitchers.
Yeah. So I said right away, and I was very nice, I said, "Hey, would you guys like to sit next to each other? I'm fine with the window." And the woman looks at me, she goes, "I prefer the window, and he likes the aisle."
Oh, so you're in the middle.
So I'm stuck.
Oh, that's so fucked up.
So the guy's not wearing any deodorant right off the bat. He fucking reeks, right? Then she starts...
And he's got the whole garb on.
Oh, my... And then we're not even taking off yet. She starts opening up bags of food, right?
Oh. And he's reading the Torah. He's unraveling it.
He's praying. He's going back and forth in the seat. And
Is he really?
Yeah, and I'm sitting, and now this food is, I'm surrounded by BO and shitty Israeli food, and I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do on this flight? I can't wait to get up in the air and go to sleep. So we take off, I pass out.
All right, beautiful, and you're so happy.
Yeah, and
with any luck, you'll sleep through the whole flight.
30 minutes into my nap, I get tapped on the shoulder. I wake up.
Excuse me.
I need to go to the bathroom.
Oh.
So I get up. He's got to get up, the fat fuck. He's in the aisle. There's not a seat open on this flight, right? So I'm screwed.
Right.
Now
then
I'm up.
they woke you up, and that's it.
Now I'm up. She comes waddling back. She gets in her seat. I get in mine. I put the fucking headphones on. I'm flipping on the channels, and I'm just so pissed.
And you're smelling her husband. She doesn't want to sit near him.
I can't even breathe through my mouth anymore because I start feeling like I'm eating this odor, you know? And I'm so angry. I'm boiling, you know? The next thing you know, and this rabbi would get up every 5 minutes because he's so fat he's going to die if he stays seated, you know, in that elevation. All of a sudden, I'm watching TV, and out of the corner of my eye, I see a baby in front of my face. And I look to my right, and he's talking. I got the headphones. I don't know what he's saying. I take the headphones, and he goes, "Could you hand her the baby?"
Where'd the baby come from?
I don't fucking know.
So it's his kid.
It's not his kid. There was another rabbi sitting in different section, and he just thought it'd be nice to bring the kid to his wife to let her hold the kid.
And you have to hand this baby off.
So I go, "Excuse me?" And as I'm saying, "Excuse me," the woman's going, "Just hold her for a second." She's taking her headphones off, getting arranged.
You're holding the baby?
No, I'm not holding the baby. I look at the guy, I said, "Excuse me," I said, "if I wanted to hold a kid, I'd fly with my kid."
Right.
I said, "This is why I wanted to switch with you guys, so we don't get in each other's lives like this."
Right, yeah. You don't want to be in their life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the guy looks at his wife, and in Hebrew, he says, "Ze lama ani soneh otem." And that translated means, "That's why I don't like them." Them. Like, what? First of all, what the fuck can you confuse me for?
Maybe
other
an
than
Arab.
a Jew?
Maybe
Right?
kind of an Arab looking or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So now I was
And
boiling
this guy
before.
has no idea. He must think you're something else.
I'm undercover, you know. He doesn't
Isn't
know.
that great when you know a language and they think they're... So what do you do?
I've waited for this moment my whole life,
Right,
Howard,
right.
to bust an Israeli talking shit about me.
Yeah.
And so the guy says, "That's why I hate them." And I look at him, and in Hebrew I tell him, "Lech tizdayan ta'ima shecha batachat," which means, "Why don't you go fuck your mother in her ass?" The rabbi's eyes get like cartoon, like huge eyes. The wife, you hear go, just gasp for air. He takes the baby, walks back, gives the baby back, comes back, sits down. Not a peep out of these fucking two the rest of the flight. She didn't have to piss. I had my feet up. I was relaxed.
Wow.
I'm like, just talk to me. Just say
Beautiful.
one fucking word.
And they shut their mouth the rest of the time.
The rest of the flight. And I told him, I said, "You better be careful, you know, the shit you say, because you never know who understands what the fuck you're saying."
I wonder what he thought you were. Wow.
That's what the whole rest of the flight. I'm just sitting here going, "What
Yeah,
the
who
fuck
did
did
he
you confuse me for?"
Yeah, I wonder what group he hates.
Yeah. I was just so
wow.
pissed, man. Just from the start, I'm like,
Did you grow up in Israel or something?
I was born in Israel, yeah.
And how long did you live there?
Well, I lived there till I was 4, but then I went back every summer till I was like 13. I speak Hebrew.
Yeah,
at
I mean,
home
how do you
fluently.
speak it so well?
I speak it with my parents still, you know,
Wow.
and my brothers, and
It's pretty impressive.
thank you.
What a waste of a language, though. I mean, how many people really speak that? You know what I mean?
He finally got to use it.
And it's kind of a gross language.
It's
too.
kind of
like
a waste of time.
all phlegmy. And
You know, you
stuff.
need like a... You need like
Yeah, it
Spanish.
doesn't help you pick up chicks.
Yeah, no.
You never laid on chicks that you could speak Hebrew?
No chicks ever been like, "Oh, you're from Israel? That's hot."
Speak Hebrew to me.
Yeah. It was like the
Like,
moment.
how do you say, like, "Oh, it's a beautiful day today and I love all people"? How do you say that in Hebrew?
"Eze yom yafeh zeh v'ani ohev kol ha'olam."
Wow, look at that. I'm always impressed when guys can speak any other language but
Oh,
English.
of course. He speaks English so well.
Yeah. You don't have I think he'd have a little accent. You don't?
Well, you know, because I came at such a young age,
Right.
I lost the accent, but I
Nice.
still speak the language.
Perfect.
Yeah. Maybe I'll start the next time I go out. Maybe I'll ask some questions in Hebrew.
The language to know is Chinese, because those fuckers are taking over the world.
That's right.
Because they enslave their people. They've done such a beautiful job of enslaving their people and paying them nothing.
Yeah.
That they are incredibly wealthy.
Yeah, the government. And people live like shitheads. It's just unbelievable. You can't even like look at the internet. they like didn't they sue Google or kick them out of the country?
Well, Google they were having arguments with Google because they wanted to restrict things.
They were
Just two things. Greg Fitzsimmons is ready.
Oh, good.
But the other thing is that Melora Hardin chick, I guess she twittered about Shuli.
What'd she say?
Get out of here.
Crazy interview with Sirius Radio guy. He was, in capital letters, very rude, and I told him so. Otherwise, all good and everyone lovely.
Well, you know what? Good. We pissed on her parade. Sorry. And by the way, I didn't think you were that rude. We could have been a lot ruder.
I know.
Are we not hearing something?
Yeah,
my biggest fear was to get kicked out after 2 interviews, you know?
But what was so rude? I mean, you said the Chilean message was nice.
I asked her about the N-word.
Do you think Dr. Laura should be fired?
She threw Texas under the bus, basically saying, you know, I'm from Texas, so everybody, at some point, somebody said it out there. I mean, she said She's a nut. Everything was good except for this one asshole. Can't believe she twittered, but it's awesome. I've arrived.
She's still thinking about you.
Oh, I'm telling you, Howard, I know. She went in there, she had a drink, and she was just standing there going, this motherfucker, he got me to talk about the N-word or something.
Is she hot?
No.
No?
No.
She's like, oh.
She's hit the wall.
She hit the wall. Oh,
she's in a Chilean hole.
Shuli.
What's up?
So it went pretty well, right?
Yeah, it went all right. You know, for my first run at it, it was very nerve-wracking. I hadn't done anything like that before, and I didn't want to try and do what, you know, John did or Gary Garver. You know, I want to try and kind of find my own rhythm there. But I totally understand what he's saying, and hopefully, you know, the next time I get the opportunity, it'll be a lot more direct and offensive.
So, like, what's going through your mind as you're asking these questions? Because you know they got to be tough to ask these kind of questions.
Yeah, they're tough, and my whole angle for it was I wanted to ask them something to get them vamping about how great their life is and how great the party is, and then hit them with something, you know, a downer, an upper and then downer. So it was nerve-wracking, but, you know, they sent me out there for the job, and, you know, I didn't enjoy weighing shit in a bag, but I did it, you know what I mean? Like, if the boss asks you to do it, then you do it. And if you don't, then you're Ronnie.
So after experiencing this whole thing, is this something that Eric the Midget could pull off?
No, I don't think so. And it's a shame because nobody was pulling for him more than me. Because, you know, as a fan of the show, to have somebody there, it's almost like a magnet for celebrities. They see this kid in a wheelchair, they think it's, you know, some foundation sent somebody to interview him, and they would all go to him, you know, A-list to D-list. They would stop at the wheelchair kid. And, but, you know, I don't think he could pull it off. I mean, shit, his biggest hurdle was the drive down. He didn't even want that film. We didn't even get to the fucking questions, you know?
All right, man. Well, thanks.
All right, brother.
Good job.
Thanks, man. Red carpet, Entertainment Tonight after party at the Emmys, and we're ready to rock and roll, meet some celebrities, ask some questions, have some fun, maybe even get drunk. Stick around. Should be a memorable occasion. How much fun is a night like this for you to go out, get dressed up, and party with all your peers?
It's a lot of fun. It's really exciting.
To be here, it's always just, you're so thankful. You see the cars, see the lights, see the people, and I'm very thankful, very thankful.
A total blast for me. Never been to the Emmys or the party, so this is great.
It's a lot of fun, you know. You get to, like you said, get dressed up, see friends, and that's the thing. Like when we're working in this business, sometimes we don't see each other for a long time. So it's nice to reconnect and celebrate the industry. So that's why I'm here.
How many chicks do you think you banged in your day? Total.
That's not a question.
Any words of encouragement for the families of the trapped miners in Chile?
You know what is interesting is I'm so glad that they've been able to now get them stuff.
Right.
That's what's cool.
Any words for the families of the trapped miners in Chile?
Any words?
Oh, well, keep it up. And they're going to get out. I mean, I think that they said it's going to be a few months, but it's on the down low. We're not telling them that. So we're hoping that they can get out as soon as possible.
Right.
Good luck, guys. You can make it.
What are your thoughts on the thousands of people that have died out in Pakistan in the floods over this past week?
Oh, that's devastating.
Did you have a lot of sex? Did
I have a lot of sex?
Did you experiment?
Did I experiment? In what way?
In every way. In any way.
Well, you know, everyone's a sexual being in a way, but so yeah, you have to try everything at least once almost.
No STDs or anything, right?
No. I'm clean.
If you were forced to have sex with one of your relatives, who would it be and why?
One of my relatives. Let's see. that. Can I get back to you on that one?
Do any of you still watch porn? And if so, what's your favorite kind? Go ahead, doctor. Some couples in their relationships, porn spices things up. Do you guys watch porn? And if so, what kind?
Oh, God.
Porn. You a fan of it? And what type? Are you into porn? Favorite type of porn?
Do you know what? Right now, I'm into having a drink at the party.
Do you think it's kind of weird that everybody's out partying on a night like tonight when so many people are dying and suffering around the world?
Well, I feel like, I mean, we need a chance in everyone's life to celebrate. So I feel like it's suitable and it's a tradition. I mean, it's 62nd
Yeah,
annual?
62nd Emmys. So I mean, why? What?
I don't think a tradition like that should stop. So
right.
I think there's bad going on in the world all the time, every single day of the year. And if we were always focusing on the bad going on in the world, we would never make the good. And I think that people need to feel joy and need to feel their own joy in order to, to give back. This is a night of celebration in the night, in Hollywood. So people need to celebrate, just like if it's, a convention for pharmaceutical companies, they're going to celebrate. So I feel like it's important, and I feel like that Hollywood really does give back in a really big way, and I think it's important for people to just do whatever they can. If they can't monetarily support something, to send their prayers and do whatever they can.
In your opinion, would you rate yourself B, C, or D celebrity?
Oh, I don't get. Do you consider yourself a celebrity?
No,
I don't.
No.
Not even in the alphabet.
Not even.
Have you ever caught your husband pleasuring himself, or vice versa?
All the time. We do that all the time.
What happened?
We like, who doesn't, why, shouldn't we all pleasure ourselves?
Let me ask you this. Ballpark figure, how many guys do you think you've slept with your whole life? Not an exact number.
I wouldn't know that number.
Boy, this is the first time I've ever been asked that on a red carpet. Shame on you.
In your opinion, is Dr. Laura a racist?
What in the hell was Dr. Laura thinking?
In your opinion, is Dr. Laura a racist after this outburst that she had on the air?
I don't know what it was.
You think Dr. Laura's a racist?
Yes. But without realizing it.
I don't think she's a racist. I think, everybody's really super, super sensitive.
You know what? I don't know what her controversy is, and I don't, so it would be hard for me to speak on. I know that I'm not. How about that?
Have you ever used the N-word in conversation?
Absolutely not.
Are you upset that the midget isn't here?
So I'm obsessed with him. I'm obsessed with him.
What do you think? Everybody has an opinion. What do you think it is about him that makes him ask for things and then A, not be grateful when he gets them, or B, not follow through on?
As deformed as his body is, his brain is so equally deformed to think that he deserves anything that he has get. But Howard's right. Every time he screws it up and is still mad at everyone else around him, it's still funny, and I never want him to leave the show.
Is Mel Gibson a racist, in your opinion?
I actually haven't followed any of that.
Would you ever work with Mel Gibson if the opportunity presented itself?
What kind of questions are you asking me on the carpet?
Did you ever work with Mel Gibson?
What's that? We don't work with Mel Gibson. I'm not sure he's going to be working again, is he? So a bit of a moot point.
If Mel Gibson really loves the Lord,
Right.
then there's going to be some redemption. There's going to be a little repentance, and he's going to be made brand new. If he really walking for real.
Right.
And in that place, hey, anything is possible.
I just don't think that a couple of those last questions were appropriate. I think you might reconsider next time we have some celebrities up here.
Hey, Eric, you're on the air. Eric the Midget.
Good morning.
Morning.
Maybe she'll take Eric.
As our pet? Now he'll get out the dog door.
I was calling in regards to the fact that Shuli did the red carpet for you guys.
Right.
You know what? We shouldn't even be talking to him.
Why?
Because wasn't that part of the deal if he didn't do it?
Nah, I don't care. I'm going to talk to him.
I knew it. I knew there's no way of threatening him with you because you cave.
I cave. I'm a soft touch when it comes to Eric. I don't know. I love Eric.
And that's why he gets away with all of this.
I know.
Carrying on that he does.
I love Eric.
He gets a big head about himself.
He actually has a big head. A physical big head.
The only thing is big.
Is your head unusually large, Eric, or is it because your body's so small?
I don't know. I've never really checked.
Yeah, because his head, I
It
think,
looks like a normal-sized head.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a normal-sized head on a little tiny body. It almost looks like his neck's going to collapse from the weight of the head.
I know, like he can't support his own head.
Is it hard to hold your head up?
Do you get tired?
No.
Seems exhausting. But that's why I love Eric. Because Eric doesn't play the handicap card. He just...
Are you kidding me?
No, he's happy.
Oh, stop. What?
Yes, I believe
happy?
He's got interests. If I was in Eric's condition, I wouldn't even bother calling a radio
happy?
show. Yes.
I don't
That's my
know how
theory.
you could say that.
I'm telling you.
Everything irritates him. He's miserable.
Yeah, that's just it. He's normal. He has goals, even.
And he plays that card all the time. That's why he expects everything.
He's always trying to chisel shit out of you.
Yeah, but not because he's handicapped.
Yes, it is because he's handicapped.
I can't breathe.
He never gives up.
Tires.
But what about
I need cameras.
Yeah, but he never gives up. I mean, you got to love his spirit. I'm
That
sorry.
I admire about him.
All right.
But don't say all these other things. That's not true. He's not positive.
Well, it's just he enjoys life. I embrace his life.
He doesn't.
He does. He loves
I'm
his...
sorry, I just can't agree with you.
Like, he loves wrestling, and he loves, music.
Kelly
and,
Clarkson.
Yeah, and he loves girls. And, I would just be defeated. Eric's got a spirit about him.
I don't think he can help loving girls. That's
And he looks
part of his anatomy.
And he looks forward to the day he argues with people on the internet. I see he throws people off his tweet. I don't know. I would just be defeated. He's not. He's not defeated.
He's ungrateful.
So what?
No,
please.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not, Robin.
Oh, please. The way you talk to Johnny, the way you treat people.
It's funny.
I'm not ungrateful.
Anyway, Eric, what can I do for you?
I just wanted to see if there would be any possibility of you guys giving me a chance for the VMA red carpet.
All right, look.
Have we got an invitation to that?
Here's the deal. I could probably get him in. I mean, I would think so. Aren't I sort of considered part of the Video Music Awards family?
As a matter of fact, yeah, I heard them promoting that, you had been Fart Man a week or two ago when they were reviewing the VMA.
Aren't I part of that family?
Yes.
Exactly. Here we go again with Eric on the
Well,
red
he'll
carpet.
never do it. We'll
Right.
go through all of this, and he still won't do it, and we'll get Shuli's crappy interview.
Yeah, we'll get shitty interviews from Eric.
You also don't know what you said yesterday, that I would have been a pain in the ass because you never gave me the opportunity to actually do it. I was not going to be a pain in the ass.
Well,
You were a pain in the ass even trying to get you to agree to it.
Yeah, Eric, here's the bottom line. I believe if we send you to the VMAs, you're never going to ask our questions. And so it would be worthless tape for me.
You don't know that.
I'm pretty sure. Although I did have a hard time getting Shuli to ask our
Yeah,
questions.
he didn't even ask the question.
He apparently didn't really get the...
Maybe does that say something?
I don't know. I don't know who I can rely on for this, but I don't know. Eric, let me go think about it and stuff. It's a ways off, isn't it?
The 12th of that, the 12th of this month.
Oh, it is? Oh, I better... Okay, let me find out first if I can get a pass, and then I'll discuss it with you, okay?
All right.
All right, bye-bye. I don't want to get into a whole long thing with Eric. People send me mail. They're canceling their subscription if they hear Eric one more time.
Well, you know what's funny? Didn't this all start with the other thing because he asked to do it?
Yeah, exactly.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate, Baba Booey. On Monday's wrap-up show, we discussed the fact that Scott the Engineer's wife called in, and we talked about what that all meant, how she called Ronnie's new girlfriend Chippy, how we don't think she likes Ronnie, and I think we finally got an answer to what Chippy means and what she thinks of Ronnie the limo driver.
We haven't had a good old-fashioned on-air fight amongst the staff in a little while.
Long time, I think.
Like a good one, like a real one.
Yeah, it was very real. And it got more real as it went on.
Well, once wives start arguing, then it's a good fight.
Well, let's start with that. So Shuli goes in and does the update, and I think the premise was to talk about Sal.
This is going to be a Sal bashing.
Right. And Sal, of course, and realizes that he's wrong and apologizes and sounds completely sincere. And that turns into Ronnie being in there to discuss it. And then Ronnie, of course, talked about what goes on when they're there and Scott the engineer. And next thing you know, Scott's wife's on the phone to basically set the record straight about what happened, because she was accused of being the reason why Scott left early. And I've heard that accusation has been made before.
Well, we should go back. I started to get on the microphone, but then I backed off. There's been tension between Ronnie and Scott's wife for a while, and I forget what it goes back to, but it goes back like 8 or 9 years ago. Something happened where they were supposed to go somewhere, and Ronnie wanted Scott to go, and something happened, and they used to go out to dinner, and that stopped. And I remember we talked about in the air that they weren't going to be friends anymore. I wish I could remember what it was.
Yeah.
So there's been some tension there for a while anyway.
And now she's calling him the dredge of the earth. And Ronnie, when Ronnie does it, you really want to go there. You could tell Ronnie's getting heated, and they got into it. And well, I was going to ask this question, but I see a caller already has it. So, Jeff, I'll give you the floor. Ask your question.
Dude, oh my God. What the fuck is up with Scott? He stands there and lets Ronnie trash his wife in front of millions of people and doesn't say a word. If I was at a party and a buddy of mine started talking like that to my wife, it would have ended with me punching him in the mouth. What's up with Scott? Why didn't he stand up for his wife?
Well, that's very Scott in the sense that Scott, I've seen him before, and he's like, listen, my wife's her own person. This is her fight. I don't have to get involved in it.
It was an awkward thing because you had Ronnie and Scott's wife arguing, and Scott is literally standing there silent looking at Howard. And I wasn't sure if it was what you just said, Gary, sort of this is her fight, let her handle it, or if you... what was going through your mind as that was going on? Because you had to feel extremely awkward, Scott.
Well, it was a little awkward, obviously, but I mean, she called in and she, was upset that they were making fun of me. She was trying to support me, which I really appreciate, because she, they were making fun and Scott doesn't do anything and he just takes the money and so I guess she was upset about that.
So you felt that she had your back in this conversation?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely had my back. So, and I appreciate that. So. She's a big girl. She could speak for herself. So,
but did you ever feel a need to go, hey, Ronnie, whoa, that's my wife. Whoa, stop the clock. No, but did you ever feel a need to? That's what this guy's saying.
I did. But I know that I probably would have gotten some resistance
from
Howard, because I know that he likes a good fight on the air. I did want to stop him, but Did
you feel he was out of line at any point?
They were arguing. I don't really think he was out of line. I mean,
it's got to be weird too, because like who are you? Which one are you closer to?
I'm not even going to answer that.
I do have to say, Scott, that for my money, Scott had the funniest line of the morning. Howard goes, Scott, what do you think of Ronnie? And he goes, you heard my wife. He's an asshole.
Scott, I don't think Howard would have gotten on you if you backed your wife up there. I really don't. I mean, you weren't going to.
Of course, I'd back her up. I mean, I don't. She has some of her feelings, and that's fine. I mean, obviously she,
But do you think she so held her own.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So if she was,
I didn't think that there was a need for this. Isn't a party. And you do let stuff sort of air out. That's the point of her calling in. She wanted to get her point across. And I don't think this is a like, hey, don't talk to my wife like that. It's not like he said, oh, she's a fucking skank.
Yeah,
he had an argument. She had an argument back.
Yeah,
Plus, I don't think Scott's unaware of this issue. My guess
is tension, right? We agree that between your wife and Ronnie, there's tension.
Well, there is now.
But there was before. I do remember now. There's a guy up on the phone, but I do remember this started when you wanted to go to driving school, right?
No,
I think it's
not at all.
If I remember the story correctly, is when we first came to Sirius and we had that partnership with NASCAR, which both Scott and Ronnie were really excited about. And I think they had this whole weekend plan where they were going to get flown out to Chicago,
they were going to go to a race or something.
And they were going to go to a race and be in the pit and blah blah blah. And then at the last minute, Scott pulled out, and Ronnie totally blamed it on Scott's wife.
Right, and I think I remember that coming up on the air, and I think that's whether Ronnie had tension with your wife over it. I think by bringing it up on the air might have created tension with your wife against Ronnie.
It might. I mean, you know, she obviously doesn't agree.
Do you
with...
live there? You seem unaware.
You know, Ronnie's wife. Ronnie sees a problem. Did he have a problem with Doug Goodstein's wife? Also, didn't he have words with Marlo Goodstein on the air?
Yeah.
Did he call her like a bitch or something? I don't know. It just
I don't remember if it was that, but we're going to try and get Ronnie.
I
down
guess she
here.
liked Ronnie's ex-wife, and you know, I guess she felt bad about the whole thing, and then he's with a young woman now, and you know, so I guess she doesn't, you know. She didn't like it.
So this
Yeah, no, I listen. I've heard similar. I mean, my wife loves Ronnie, but she's weirded out by the thing. She's like, there was this woman that I loved that just has disappeared.
So even before that, you're saying there wasn't any tension there? Like it was that Ronnie's girlfriend. That's what brought this on.
Well, you know, we do a lot together, or I go out with him, and so I guess maybe I took away some of the attention I should be giving to her by going out with those guys. But I mean, you know, I don't know for sure, but I think it's more of the girlfriend thing.
Now,
she likes Stephanie though.
Now, why were people blaming your wife for you leaving early? You said that wasn't the case.
Not the case. I mean, we were there. We hung around for a few 10 minutes after the show ended, 10, 15 minutes, and it was already after 11. And I had, a pretty long ride home, and I had to get up for work on Friday.
Right, but when you said that, Shuli, Ronnie, they were like, that's not the reason why.
Well, that's their opinion, but I'm telling you the truth.
And they complain about that for every show, so it's not like a new...
That's true.
I hang around a little, and then I leave. So, I mean, I'm not like them standing around drinking at the bar or doing whatever.
Waiting to throw up.
Right. So, yeah, I don't get wasted. I didn't drink. I had one drink, I think. And so that's my thing. So I left, and I had to go to work the next day. So, they didn't. Well, Shuli did, but that's his deal. Ronnie didn't have to work Friday. So nobody else apparently did either.
What's it going to be like when you get home today?
It should be fine. I don't see any problem. She got on the air. That was her choice. I didn't put her on the air. She wanted to argue with Ronnie, and she felt that she had certain things to say. She didn't appreciate them trashing me, both at the show and on the air today.
You don't think she's going to come down on you for, like, kind of letting Ronnie railroad her? Like Ronnie was yelling and wouldn't let her get a word in. You don't think she's going to be like, where were you to have my back there? Or
in a situation like that,
yeah,
I would. It would have been almost impossible to get a word in edgewise anyway. So she was doing fine. If she needed help, I would have stepped in, and of course I would have helped her. But I didn't feel that that she wasn't doing fine. She did well. She expressed what she had to say.
I mean, there's a part of me, like, if that was going on with me, I would have sort of stepped back and go, look, my wife's kicking Ronnie's ass.
He didn't really...
She certainly was holding her own, don't you think?
Yes.
He didn't trash her, really. She brought up some things, and he responded, and I felt that she was doing fine.
No, she came out guns blazing. I mean, she definitely dug into Ronnie immediately and didn't hold back, which, if she's sticking up for you, I could see why.
Well, I like Robin Salem, Scott's wife, a lot. Like Ronnie, his girlfriend. But Robin, Scott's wife, did take the stronger dig.
What do you mean?
She made a much stronger verbal dig than Ronnie did when she what she called Stephanie.
What did she call her?
I mean, I don't know literally what a chippy means, but that was the strongest.
That chippy means like
it's a young.
Well, if you don't know what it means, then how do you know it's stronger?
I don't know literally what it means, but it implies like
she's younger and she's like you say. Oh, he's with that young chippy. It's not like a whore.
It does
just
imply
like
that
no. It's more like a young. It's more like
a young.
It's a very old-fashioned term, but it's not
derogatory though.
But it's not. It's not derogatory.
There's I think someone can look up chippy. If there's a dictionary that
where will I look? A dictionary from 1920 is what I need.
No, it was definitely a shot. But
it's a little lower than a broad.
But like Scott was saying, I guess Robin and Bonnie had a relationship, or maybe things were different. And now that she's gone and a younger woman's in the picture, she's not happy.
Does that end? Is Robin?
According to the Oxford Dictionary, the third definition for a chippy, it's North American, is a promiscuous young woman, especially a prostitute.
Promiscuous. Basically called her a whore. Basically called her a whore.
I guess so.
According to the third definition.
I didn't realize that was the meaning of the word.
Jenks, you're on the wrap-up show.
Yo, what's happening? I don't know. I kind of got the impression listening to that Scott, man, how could you not defend your wife or say something during that? I mean, your wife, she's going to rip you apart when you get home for that. You know that.
For what? I mean, she was defending herself. There was nothing more that I could do or say at that point. She was doing great. So
I'm going to make a prediction. You are going to come in tomorrow angry at Ronnie. You're going to come in tomorrow angry because you're going to find out what you did wrong. You're going to hear about it tonight, and you're going to come in tomorrow angry at Ronnie.
I know why she called. She was trying to support me, and she wasn't, which is a great thing. And
I agree with everything you just said. You're going to come in tomorrow angry at Ronnie.
Hey, Ronnie, what's your definition of a chippy?
A chippy?
Yeah. Does she? I think Scott's wife said that your girlfriend is a chippy. What do you think that means?
I guess it's a young girl.
Who? Okay.
So.
Because we were trying to figure out how deep the dig was.
You pissed off at him?
No, not at all.
Is it awkward? Is your relationship with Scott awkward when you have this sort of?
Well, yeah, I feel bad for him because I know he's going to go home and catch a lot of shit today.
Why does everybody think I'm going to catch shit?
He says he's not going to catch any shit because Robin called in, stated her piece, and Scott didn't need to say anything because she held her own.
There's a bunch of calls up. There's a school of thought that you were disrespectful to his wife and that he should have stepped in and told you to shut the fuck up.
I was disrespectful. I was called that I'm an asshole, that I'm a shit, that I'm classless, and I didn't say anything derogatory to her before that until she started that stuff.
Dredge of the earth, you were called also.
Yeah. Because she's jealous.
I agree with that comment.
Yeah, I mean, forget it. I could have said a lot more, and I'm not going anywhere near any of the stuff that I could have said.
Go down that road.
I'm not. No.
No one ever takes that road.
I do.
No.
Yeah, Jason doesn't hesitate to take that road.
No, first of all,
Maserati.
I disagree. In one thing, I disagree with Scott, and I don't see how he says she called in to support him when she said that everybody on that show sucked and they were shit. The show was shit.
I sort of got that impression too that she was lumping you in with that.
How does that?
I agree
how does that support?
I agree with my wife.
How does that support her husband?
I don't agree with her opinion that the show sucked. Okay, and I told her that. When we were home that night.
Did she complain that the DJ sucked and he only has 3 songs on his phone?
Yeah.
I let her say it sucked in front of Shuli, but later at Home Alone, I told her.
The purpose of the show is to do exactly what we did.
But
that's the idea.
But Scott, when you left that night, what was that ride home like? Did anything come up because Sal was being so crazy, or
Ronnie with the Ronnie?
She
complaining?
thought Sal was funny, and she thought Mad Dog, the comedian that we had there, was funny.
He was amazing.
Chris Russo?
What'd she say what did she say about Ronnie?
She didn't say anything about Ronnie.
I don't believe you.
I don't either.
Come on,
I don't believe that you guys got in that car and Ronnie's name didn't come up once.
No, she said he could be a little rough at times, but I mean, overall, she didn't give me any other impressions. But the overall thing was the show. She didn't like the show.
But what does that mean? A little rough at times?
I thought. See,
his language.
Yeah, and I also think she was annoyed. It's just my opinion. Okay, I'm not putting words in her mouth. My opinion was she was annoyed because at the beginning of the show, Scott usually does this dance. And he came to Shuli and said he really didn't want to do it because he was going to have friends in the audience. So at the first part of the show, I pointed these people out and I said that thank you for ruining the beginning of the show because Scott didn't do his dance. I think she was upset with that. That was my personal thought. Because after that, she had nothing to say to me the rest of the night.
Johnny in Tampa, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hi, guys. I just want to say, I don't want to say to Scott, that guy, Ronnie, is not your friend. I mean, he's a jerk. You don't get into an argument with a friend's wife. You stay away. You don't get your friend in trouble and run your mouth with your friend's wife.
How did I get him in trouble?
Old mommy. Because he got into an argument with your friend, and your friend is standing right there next to you. I mean, what's up with that? Why don't you shut your mouth, say yes, ma'am, and move on?
No, I don't. I'm not going to stand there and be called classless and an asshole and everything else by somebody and just stand there and take it. You got the wrong guy for that. I'm sorry.
Right next to you, you do it for your friend. You take care of your friend.
I did take care of my friend. Believe me. Believe me when I tell you I took care of my friend.
You did not.
Oh, yes, I did.
You
don't know, okay? All you do is call in and run your mouth also. You don't even know what you're talking about, okay?
I know how to take care of my friends.
Good. Well, then you go take care of your friends, okay? You do that.
And Ronnie, just to address that guy, Johnny, you didn't start in. Like, Robin called in to start yelling at you.
And, well, I brought something up, and maybe that's what set her off. I said that I think, also, in my opinion, that she thinks I'm a bad influence on Scott. For certain the reasons are, whenever we go out and we invite him to go, we invite her also. never comes. It's always Scott comes alone.
See, I don't think that she thinks she's a... See, this is what I get out of it. She doesn't think that you're a bad influence. She doesn't like you.
Exactly.
There's a difference.
Well, it's to me, it's the same. If you don't like me, you think,
Well, it sounds
whatever.
like it's more about the divorce and you moving on in life.
But there were issues before that.
Well, okay, but I think that maybe was the final nail in the coffin.
Well, hold on,
But
guy.
the other thing, I just wanted to say, Ronnie, you didn't attack his wife. Like, you didn't go after his wife. And
No.
you didn't throw him under the bus
No.
either with anything.
I didn't.
Right.
That's why I didn't think that I would.
I
If
don't
he
know where
started
I don't
attacking
even
her,
know
I
where
would
it
have
came from.
I would have come to her defense. I mean, but she was doing fine.
Well, we're sort of talking around it here. I mean, Scott, does your wife not like Ronnie?
Apparently, yeah.
No, don't give me apparently. You know the answer to the question. Either she does or she doesn't.
Well, she doesn't like him.
Okay. I don't think that comes as a surprise.
There's no surprise.
I think she expressed that today.
Did
on
you
the
know
air.
that,
Very
Ronnie,
clearly.
for a long time?
I never know it until 100% till he just said it now.
Well, you knew it from this morning.
Yeah, I had my feelings, but he just confirmed it for sure. Obviously, I've been talked about that she doesn't like me. Obviously, because I got divorced and I moved on with some, younger girl,
Chippy,
which is like never heard of in this society.
Scott,
Before
did she
Ronnie-
not?
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
I think we're gonna ask the same question. Did Chief have these feelings for Ronnie before the divorce happened? Like, did she always think he was a bad influence?
No, not at all.
So when that happened, that was sort of.
I guess she doesn't. I mean, she doesn't obviously agree with what he did.
If
so-
Stephanie eventually gets old enough, do you think she'll like Ronnie?
Maybe if the woman that he was with was a little older. I don't know. People get divorced. The marriages don't work out. I get it. So, but I guess she didn't like the fact that she's a lot younger than he is.
I'm Scott the Engineer, and on Tuesday's wrap-up show, once again, I got my ass handed to me because I wanted to go bowling, so I asked a question if I could have some days off to go bowling, and here's what happened.
We should start off with Scott Salem's quest to bowl. And I know we had a lot of Scott on the wrap-up show yesterday, and we're going to have a lot of Scott on today, simply because he's in the crosshairs. And it was sort of the perfect storm today because Scott, I would imagine, was fired up about what happened yesterday. And the news broke the story that he had emailed Howard about there was a new PBA event and he wanted to go, and Howard had gotten an email. But that was at the tail end of this. What I heard, and Gary, you can correct me if I'm wrong, is Scott had talked to Doug Goodstein, yourself, Tim Sabian, everybody who basically said no to him, yet he persisted until he got a message from Howard, which basically said no. Now, Scott's argument, and I see him running down the hall now, I wonder if he's going to be as fired up as he was in the studio. Scott's argument is a simple one, which is, and Scott, correct me if I'm wrong, no one said no. People didn't answer. People said maybe, or we got to talk to this guy, we got to talk, but nobody came out and said, no, Scott, you cannot do this.
Well, today was the classic example of be careful what you wish for, because what I do know is that Scott was talking to a lot of people, and I think it would be fair to say Scott was trying to flush us out on the air. My understanding was he was trying to generate a news story that would get this to come out on the air. I think the hope was that it would come out on the air and he would get to go.
Were you lobbying the news, Scott? Be honest.
No, I asked about it. I asked Brad last week. I said, I know Shuli did the story. Are you going to bring that up on the air? I asked him. I didn't push. I asked him. So,
but it sounds like through the news, talking to Gary, talking to other people, it's like you were talking to everybody here about making this happen. And again, you're passionate about bowling. It's something that you want to do.
Right.
But was this an instance where you did hear no and just kept going?
I never heard no. Again.
Well, what did you hear?
I heard Doug said, I asked him, he put it off. I sent him an email. He didn't respond. I said, okay.
So Doug never gave you an answer?
No.
So
Doug's answer was, well, if he didn't respond, that's probably no.
Right. Okay, so that's your first. That's
Doug's
a
world.
that's a pretty good
That's
hint.
in Doug's world. I never ask Howard anything.
No, but
okay?
but you
I
wouldn't-
never bother him with anything.
Step away from this
Okay.
being as close to it as you are,
Right.
and think about it some other way. Think about it like I went to Howard and asked for the day off for something. I wanted to go to the Met game, right? And Howard didn't answer me. What would you think? What would you say to me?
Either he didn't get the email, or he
You
just
know he
didn't
gets
want
the
to. He
or
admitted on
or keep going.
He didn't want to answer.
Right? Why would he not want to
He didn't
answer?
want to look like the bad guy, which he
Right.
said on the air.
Right.
He said, "I don't
Which
want to look
Scott-
like the bad
So I think-
guy." But what to me,
Wait, Scott,
not
Scott.
answering is looking worse than a bad.
You
guy.
don't get to call the shots.
Scott, you've been here a very long time.
I
Okay,
have. And I don't. I would normally not bother
Here's
anybody
the thing,
on
okay?
anything.
If I email Howard something and I don't get a response, that's a no. I know it's a no.
And everybody here knows
Does
that.
anybody else think differently?
I think differently because sometimes I take it as, and not necessarily Scott's kind of situation, but I take it as, it's like, oh, should I work on this or that? And if there's not an exact no yet, you're not sure if this is the.
But you're
if this is
insane.
still percolating.
You understand that? Like you're not. You're an outlier.
Yeah.
You're insane.
He's right in a way because if Howard really wanted you to work on this or that,
no, I know,
he'd respond to you.
But I think sometimes Howard doesn't give a no because, well, first of all, he generally doesn't give no. That's true. But I think sometimes it's just like it's not necessarily a bad idea. It's just not for right now.
But he usually
Right, so don't do it right now.
He'll usually say, "Or look, I know I've sent stuff in," and he'll be like, "Hey, this is good. Maybe Fred can help polish it up, or let's go in a different angle." Like he usually does give suggestions.
And the other issue here is why is Scott, or frankly anybody, going to Howard in the first place when the protocol, as Howard said today, was you got to talk to Gary first.
Always.
Let me go through it. So the Doug thing, Doug said probably not. He didn't get an answer. I waited about a week, and Doug said, let's see what happens. So after a week, Howard was doing stuff in my studio. So quickly I said, I know Doug sent you a note. What do you think?
Did you know that was on camera, by the way?
I had no idea.
Yeah. To me, it was on camera. It looked like Doug was there knowing you were going to ask, and it was engineered that it would be on camera.
I didn't even realize it.
And what did Howard say?
He said, now he could have ended it all a month ago by saying, I get that you want to bowl. I don't like the idea. We did it last year. I'm sorry.
I saw the tape because he's not answering the question.
What did he say?
You know what, Scott? I can't talk about this now. I got to deal with some stuff, and he lied.
No, no, right. That's what he said. I said he could have ended it by saying what I just said, but he said, you know what? I'm going to go in the back. I'm tired.
He avoided you.
His
first crying.
Scott, this is Fitzsimmons logic you're using.
I was going to
here.
say, yes.
Of course he avoided me. And I didn't appreciate that.
Didn't you think that Greg Fitzsimmons sounded like an idiot when he went through his whole thing with the book and Howard? I mean, didn't you think so? As an objective observer?
But Greg doesn't work for him for 26 years.
Because you sound exactly like him right now.
But Greg doesn't work for him for 26 years.
All right, so
this is like maybe the first request in all that time that I've made like
All right,
this.
so Howard avoids the question, what's your next move?
He said, let me talk to Tim and Gary.
So now you're waiting on Howard
So
to
I
get
waited
back
again.
to you?
I can give you a little bit of background on this, by the way. I give you a tiny bit of background. Scott came to me to ask me about it, and I put Scott off.
Right.
I
he
knew.
said,
no,
so he
hold
said,
on. Let me finish it.
Go ahead.
I knew the answer was no. Tim, for some bizarre reason, I said, Tim, did you talk to Scott yet? Because he came to me. And Tim's like, yeah, well, we have to discuss it. I had to remind Tim that we had discussed it. So Tim was a little slow getting the answer. And I could have said something to Scott, but it was actually, it's Tim's place to say it. Like, I didn't want to cut Tim's legs out. Tim is the one who should be having the discussion with him. And then when I heard Tim this morning, when I was talking to Tim, and Tim said, I said, Tim, what did you say to him? And he goes, not a good idea. I told him no. I go, well, did you tell him no, or did you tell him it's not a good idea? And while I don't think that Scott should misinterpret it any other way, not a good idea is no, I don't know why Tim didn't just say the answer's no.
Right. So Tim didn't say no to you, but he did say,
he said, let me advise you as a friend.
So
but even you said today.
But even you said you're not his friend today.
Well, I'm not his friend, but what does that mean? I mean, does it?
It sounds
is he
like
giving me like unofficial answer, not officially?
What do you think?
What do you think,
you
man?
Want this is like Richard Christie does it sometimes.
I'm
you
being,
want this
I'm
so
being
bad.
very particular here.
Yeah, you want this so bad that you don't want to read between the lines.
I didn't want to read between the lines.
You know what you are? You're the chick at the door who's crying and go, tell me to leave. I won't believe that we're over until you tell me to leave.
So he said drop the issue.
Really?
He said drop the issue, so I dropped the issue.
That's what happened to you guys?
Howard's not interested in covering it for radio, television. Fine.
Right.
I got it. Okay. Let me see if I can get some vacation time off for those 3 days that I needed to.
Okay, so let's pick up there.
Yeah.
Who in the history of the show of the very main players do you know that's ever taken vacation time when the show is on?
Robin. Well, actually, she didn't. But Howard, I just thought of this. Howard actually moved his vacation so Robin can go to Guatemala.
Right.
Last year, he moved a vacation week for her. She had to go to Guatemala.
I got it.
You know that.
So you think
You asked me a question, and I gave you an answer. I didn't expect him to move the week. No.
But then why'd you bring it up?
Well, you answered. You asked me a question.
Okay.
Who
should Howard have moved the week?
I didn't know. He shouldn't move.
Okay,
well,
so then
actually, okay, let him move the week.
No. So we got that. We got.
So let's say Howard said yes to that. You don't have an issue taking 3 personal days or 2. I don't know how many days during a week that we're on live. You have no problem with that.
Well.
Someone
and
using your office, you're bored.
do you think about the message it sends in terms of you needing to be here?
So one time I was out for a medical issue for a few days.
Which
right.
absolutely, that's what
fine.
personal days.
Last year he sent me to Vegas, so I was out for 4 days for that. So obviously someone did fill in for me those 2 times. I just made a request. I didn't think making a request was such a horrible thing.
It wasn't. The request isn't a horrible thing. The not taking no the first 5 times, you got a mostly an 85 to 90% no, and not hearing what you want to hear. That's where it gets weird.
I see him in a minority here, but I just thought that I wanted to go. Okay,
no, that we got.
That's
I got that you wanted to go, and you were being what you were was being very. You started to become passive aggressive about it. Like, you got to tell me no. When everybody tried to tell you no in a way that wouldn't hurt your feelings, that wouldn't make you feel bad, that wouldn't be dicky, and then it all came to this today, which nobody really wanted it to come to but you.
And you stormed in there. There was Angry Scott who walked in there today yelling at Howard, telling him who, you were putting Howard in his place.
So the thing started 5 or 6 weeks ago when I first was approached, and I asked the question, and the answer, if I would have gotten 5 or 6 weeks ago, that would have been the end of it.
But everybody but you thought you did have the answer.
Well, no, I didn't get an answer.
You got an answer.
Tim,
you just didn't hear it.
Tim, were you giving Scott friendly advice, or were you politely telling him, no, drop it, move on?
I was politely telling him to drop it and move on. And because the thing is that, we have a modified schedule now, and, we all need to be here, period, end of story. And I told him the time that I was in Minnesota when I came late because of my father, and Howard was giving me, shit for that. But it's right. I mean, right is right. We're here to work, and,
I get
and the
it.
show is on. When the show is on, he needs us here to support the show.
I thought wasn't unreasonable.
Nobody's saying that. We're saying that you got
today.
No, you got an answer 5 weeks ago.
I didn't get an answer
from Doug and from
a non-answer is no answer in my world.
But you eventually did get the answer of no. They don't want Howard TV covering it because you said you came to this conclusion somehow, right?
Well, so drop the bowling issue. Once you got the bowling issue for the TV and radio, which I did,
and then you continued to try.
When you're told to drop the bowling issue, and then a day later you put in for vacation to go bowling, you're not dropping the bowling. You're dropping the TV angle of it, trying to get a free trip, but you haven't dropped the bowling angle.
I'm not trying to get a free trip. That has nothing to do with it.
I get that. But do you recognize that you want this so bad that you may not be thinking clearly? Because you do want it bad. I understand that.
Of course I do. And I'm still disappointed, but I understand that, they want me here. They need me here.
By the way. But it seemed like, in a Sal sort of way, it took Howard to come on in the air, say, what the hell are you emailing me for? I am saying no. Doug's in the room. Gary's in the room. You talked about Tim.
I needed to be hit over the head with a hammer.
Did you really, though?
Well, no. I 99% knew the answer was no, obviously, but I gave it another shot, thinking maybe I could change his mind. Maybe, he's like, all right, for this.
So you did hear no then, because you're trying to change his mind.
Well, I didn't hear. Heard no for what I heard no for was the TV and the radio don't want to cover it. It's not interesting. It's boring. We don't need to cover it.
I think people are missing the larger context of this isn't just one Scott incident, and the ability to read between the lines or understand what someone's trying to tell you something in a nice way is essential, not just to work on the Howard Stern show, but in business in general. But I think that this has nothing to do with bowling. This is my whole theory.
You're such a douchebag. Well, I mean, really.
Wait, you don't like my theory.
Wait, hold on. Let him give his theory.
Do you
and then
not want
yell
to
at
say
him.
it's not about bowling? Or it's all about bowling, Scott.
Okay, but
I think he has a real problem taking orders from Tim. I've seen it. I know that Scott got upset. He wanted to hire somebody one time, and Tim said no, and he fucking flipped out about it in a very real and scary, loud way. I know one time Tim asked Scott for if he had any ideas how to upgrade his studio. Scott gave him some. I know Tim took some of the ideas and didn't take some of the other ideas, and I know Scott flipped out about that. Why do you ask me my advice if you're not going to take all my... I think the real issue is between Tim and Scott and has nothing to do with bowling.
Well,
I think, my opinion is that there's some underlying issue with Scott that he feels a victim and always a victim. And there are certain things that go on in our area that there are processes in place and things take time, like equipment needs to be approved. But Scott, instead of asking, would rather blow up and pop off than find out what the real answers are. But there's some underlying issues that I think you feel victimized all the time. I really do. You're a good guy. I like you, and I try to work with you and try to develop a relationship with you. When I hear that I'm not your friend, when I'm not here to be friends, but I'd like to get along with people that I work with. But I think you like to put yourself in a victim state. So that's my opinion.
Okay, well, that's fine. That's your opinion. Getting back to what Jason said, of course, it's a thrill to bowl with professional bowlers. If you had some passion, or if Gary was given an opportunity to play in a real baseball game with the Mets.
I was saying my thing was like I got to go on tour with Bruce Springsteen. That would be the same thing.
Let you go do it?
That's a passion that I have. Or Bruce said, Gary, come to the
I want you to play sax for me instead of Clarence Clemens.
Come stand on the side of the stage this day. I want you to be my personal guest.
Would Howard let you take a week off of work to go play saxophone with Bruce Springsteen?
He wouldn't. No.
Okay, so there you go.
But then
I approached this as we did it last year. Howard sent me out there, which was.
But that question was answered pretty early. That it doesn't work for the show.
Okay, but that's fine. I get it. The PBA said, regardless of whether the TV show or radio show is covering it, you're welcome to bowl. That's what they.
See, this is where you fall off the tracks because nobody cares what the PBA thinks.
Well, I'm just telling you.
I'm being very blunt.
Are you aware what the PBA is?
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you.
Police Benevolent Association.
I was offered again.
No, we understand that, but we know what they want. But we know what they want. But that has nothing to do with what we want.
I know what they want too. I mean,
don't they have authority over the situation?
But Scott, what about what Tim said? I mean, because Tim's not the only person who said that before. Are you playing the victim all the time?
In fact, quite honestly, it was said pretty often before Tim ever worked with us.
I don't try to play the victim. Okay, I don't try to play the victim.
Leave it to the victim.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Scott.
No, I don't try. I don't want to be a victim. So, that's all I'm going to say on that.
Well, because what Jason was also inferring is that there's an underlying thing going on between the two of you.
That's what I
There's
think.
no doubt about it. And at some point, I don't know how much time we have left on the wrap-up show, but at some point, it's you guys are going to have to deal with it because I see it every day. And there's a thing going between, I don't know, I think that both of you think the other one doesn't respect each other.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I think there's a missing level of respect coming from both of you. And you guys won't talk
And
about
I'm not saying that Tim doesn't respect Scott. I'm saying
I took Scott out to lunch the other week.
Yeah,
I'm saying that Scott does not feel respected by Tim, and I know that Tim doesn't feel respected by Scott.
I think we have disagreements. I mean, I try to request something. I don't want to get into it on the air. That's not right.
But this guy just took you out to lunch, and he said, and then you go right back and say, "I'm not his friend."
Did that hurt Tim when you heard Scott say that today? I would imagine that it did.
Tim, take me out to lunch. I'm your friend.
We'll work it out.
Are you guys on Facebook? Are you friends?
No.
Scott untags pictures with Tim.
The bowling is strictly me and not anybody else. That it's a great thing in my life.
I get it.
It really has nothing to do with anybody else. So, personally, it was a great experience, and I wanted to do it again.
Okay. What I would say is I think that every single person on this show could come up with an example of something that they really wanted to do that would make them be away from work.
I know, but they don't have that opportunity.
And they
I have the opportunity.
No, we've all had the opportunity.
Now, Richard, I'm almost positive that Richard's had opportunities to go on tour for 3 months at a time.
Oh, 3 months. I mean,
listen, it's a passion,
3
right?
days.
Oh.
But I mean, we've all had. Like I said, I've had the opportunity to go to the Super Bowl. I've been given the tickets, and I was invited to go on somebody's private jet.
Like I
and
told
it
you,
still didn't get me home in time.
I don't think it hurts to ask. Okay, you've been here so long. I don't think it hurts just to at least ask and get an answer that somebody respected your answer. And all I said was, somebody could have come to me and said, "We appreciate that you want to go, but we'd rather have you here. There's shows this week. We need you. You're important to the show."
But there's no knowing that,
and no one appreciated
that.
That's
right. There's no knowing that because it was said. Well, because he told you to finish.
Scott, who's your issue with? Is it with Doug? Is it with Tim? Is it with Howard, Gary,
Jason?
I think it's with Howard because even before when he was arguing with Tim in the hallway, he said all he needed to do was give me the answer, and this would have been done 5 weeks ago.
Howard said on the air he didn't want to look like the bad guy. I mean, maybe he looks worse by not giving me an answer.
Do you think that's the case?
I feel that not giving me an answer is disrespecting me. And anybody else he doesn't give an answer to. Well, that's the way he works. That doesn't work for me. I mean, I get it. I don't make requests from him. I think this is the first request I've made in 26 years.
But it's not. It's not. And I can't think of the others. But do you think that every office operates any differently? Yeah.
No. No. I mean, yes. I think that people would make a request and they would get an answer. To be ignored is worse than getting a no.
But what about if your request is unreasonable?
I don't think it was unreasonable. That's the thing. I don't think it was unreasonable.
And that's where I think there's a really big difference. To say, can I take time off after you know that it's not good for the show? I understand that part. But I want to take time off to go do what I want to do. You know, we all want to do that. That's an unreasonable request.
With this modified schedule, it's even more important that we're here for the shows. It's even more important that we're here and we don't miss it unless it's an emergency, a personal family emergency or some type of emergency.
Hey, I'm Medicated Pete on Wednesday's wrap-up show. We talked about B.B. Jones and other things that came up on Howard's show this morning. Check it out.
I do want to start with B.B. Jones and what happened with her. And Gary, I think not a lot, but a few porn stars come in here and they'll say, oh, they'll bang anybody, they'll do this, they'll do that. I guess Tabitha was certainly one who put her money where her mouth was. But with B.B. Jones, she is willing to bang anyone, anywhere, anytime, unprotected, and
that makes her a little tiny bit less attractive to me. But she's really a very pretty girl.
But to some people, it makes her even more attractive.
Well, you know, I don't know. It's easy and quick, but do you really feel good about yourself when you're done, or do you care?
Well,
some guys don't care.
You see, that's the question. If you're young and single and working on this show, this seems like a pretty good. You can bring your own condom. This seems like a pretty good opportunity. Yet, Ganji, JD, Benjy all said no, and I want to know why.
Howard didn't understand. I sort of got where they were coming from, and I never really had to deal with this back in the day. But the whole, you know, I think that I understand Benjy saying, like, girls will say, they'll Google you, they find out you banged a porn star, and it's, you know, they're like, hey, I can fuck a lot of guys. Why should I fuck a guy who fucked a porn star? So again, the other thing is, too, we're like deep in the porn star world. We're not in porn, but we know a lot of porn stars, and, you know, there's some women and guys who've never met porn stars, and they think it's a really dirty business, and I'm just saying it's a perception of other people. So I think I sort of get, like, I really understand Ganji saying that girls have Googled him and found out he fucked Kendra Jade.
Yeah,
that's a turn off.
Your checkered past really has done some damage, it seems.
So, just a prime example, the last girl I was dating, the first thing she brought up on our first date was that she Googled me and saw that I slept with this porn star.
And what did you? How do you deal with that?
She wanted to know about it, and I'm like,
so what do you say?
I was like, oh yeah, it was a really, really long time ago. It wasn't that major, and I do the whole, oh, she wasn't a porn star at that point. She was only a stripper, which made me feel like in my mind
that makes it so much better.
Right,
it was a year after me that her and her stepmother banged Jerry Springer and taped it. Really?
Right.
Did anyone ever bring that up?
No, because they don't ever make that connection. But all it does is you see like Kendra, porn star, and I slept with her. And that's the first thing that literally comes up when you Google my name. And the other thing is, you know, so it causes a problem. I mean, like, it freaks regular girls out.
How many times does that come up?
I'd say 2 or 3 times.
And girls can't look past that, huh?
Regular girls have a problem looking past that for some reason.
See, now for JD, it's different because
no, it's not.
You've dated a porn star.
No, I didn't date her.
You liked her, and you would have dated her.
Listen, I've liked a lot of.
What was
girls.
that girl's name? The one that you were pretty
Kimberly
friendly?
Kane.
Kimberly Kane.
So, like, would you go out to? Would you take Kimberly Kane, say, to Howard's Christmas party if you were dating her?
Yeah, if I was dating her.
So she's
sure.
a porn star. The girl today's a porn star. What's the difference in the way people look at you?
Because. I don't know. You got me.
No, but I think it's a legitimate question. In other words, you're willing to date porn stars.
Yeah. Listen. Well, first of all, if she has the sex with a lot of guys,
but
a lot.
But
many porn stars do.
It's protected. She's having sex with janitors.
So it's the unprotected sex.
That's a big thing.
Okay.
And first, second of all,
I don't think she's interested in me. Otherwise, she would have gotten back to me when I tried to contact her.
No.
I didn't try and contact her like once and never again. I tried to call her a couple times. I texted her.
I think you played that all wrong. I don't think she's really interested in anybody. I think you have to call her, remind her that you want to have sex with her, you want to talk dirty to her. I think you have to work it. I think she's putting it out to everybody. She forgets who she talks to.
Wait, JD, what did you do? Like, how did you try and get in touch with her?
I called her.
And then what'd you say?
I
One
can't remember.
time?
I left a message.
And so did you expect her to call you back and go, hey, JD, let's rock out with your cock out?
She left me a voicemail wanting phone sex. Well, yeah.
Right. Okay, so what'd you do?
I called her and I left her a voicemail. I remember what.
But how long after?
Probably that in the next morning.
But you didn't try
as soon as after I got home from work.
You didn't try to text her or follow up besides that?
Yes, I did.
Well, what did you do? How many times did you text her?
Like a few, but if you don't get a response each time, what are you gonna do?
So at what point did you give up?
I don't know, like a month or so.
But how many times would you say you tried either voicemail or text? How many times?
Like 5 times, maybe.
So so if you had gotten a hold of her that night and did a little phone sex, do you think you would have made the next move into actually meeting up with her?
Sure, probably. Maybe. Yeah.
Benji, you weren't here, but the question is, you three guys, you're single. Like, why not go for BB?
When Marianne from Brooklyn called and said, "No, how can you say it's a stigma?" It's not a stigma to me, but it's a stigma to how other women.
Why do you
look
care?
at it?
Because you don't usually seem to care about those things.
I care because I think BB's very attractive. I don't know her personally she seems cool, but it's like for basically like a one-time thing. Like maybe she's in New York twice a year, 3 times a year. I don't know how often.
Okay.
So for this one-time fuck of a hot girl, is it worth how much harder it is going to make for other relationships?
But Benji, you've been on the air and openly talked about anonymous sex that you get off of websites. Why is that so different?
First of all, I don't do that anymore. I don't bring it up anymore, and I don't do it anymore. First of all, but second of all, it is different when it becomes a very tangible, real thing. Oh, sorry, when it becomes a very tangible, real thing with a person that people know who it is.
Right.
Now, I have interesting breaking news. I don't know if this has come up. And I checked with Howard to make sure it was cool to bring up.
Okay.
She rejected Pete.
How so?
What?
She said she wouldn't fuck him.
When did she say that?
This is what now I'm getting this secondhand from TV guys.
Pete, get over here. Go ahead.
Oh, Pete, I didn't know you were in here, so I don't know if you know this. And this is what I heard, so maybe it's not true. I don't know.
No, that's first I've heard of that.
Well, hold on, but let's start. Pete, how did you leave it off with her?
I said sure.
So did she give you a number to contact her, email address?
No.
No. So how are you figuring you're going to get in touch with her?
I don't know. I mean, I would have thought
signals?
that. Yeah.
So, Ganji, you're like one of the main guys at Howard TV. What's going on here? Is this true?
I don't know. The behind the scenes guys were following them around, so I'm assuming that's when it happened.
So Benji, what do you know?
Well, this is Lee. He's one of our TV guys.
Yeah. What's up?
Not much, Pete. How you doing?
About this news. What's
So Lee told me. I said to Lee, this was maybe he's coming down. I'm sorry. I said to Lee Garowitz. I said, "Oh, did Pete leave with BB?" And he goes, "No, actually," she said. And Pete.
Just say it.
That she didn't want to. She wasn't interested in having sex with Pete. Now I don't know if she just said just Pete specifically or anyone here, or I don't know how that goes. And I saw Howard on the way out because I wanted to check with him to make sure it was cool to bring up, and he said it's cool. So, but I didn't get that firsthand.
I mean, she clearly agreed on the air. I mean, after Pete serenaded her, and she was all up for it. Doug, do you know what's going on here?
Yes. She
Doug.
is claiming the
Can't hear you.
How's that mic? What?
Oh, the thing on my face?
The open sore is the problem. Not his.
What is that, by the way, Pete? We were sort of talking about that.
I don't
There's an
actually
open
know
sore
what
on
it
your face.
is. I went to the doctor yesterday and had it checked out.
And he said what?
I got some antibiotics. So
what did he say?
So it was just like some sort of pimple that I squeezed and it just pussed all over. And
so
that might be the reason why. Pete.
Do you think the open sore is an excuse?
No,
I don't know. I will tell you that we looked at it before, and Pete, don't take this the wrong way. He does sort of look like an AIDS patient. You know what I mean? With that big sore. I'm serious.
How does he take that the right way, Gary?
A handsome AIDS patient, though.
No, so she doesn't know you the way we know you.
Yeah,
And maybe-
obviously.
And so I look at that and I go, Pete banged into the wall or something. But maybe it's a little scary to her. But this is a woman who doesn't mind unprotected sex.
We finally found that.
Yeah,
Bibi
so that's kind of weird.
Bibi has a line, and Pete is that line.
He's the Mendoza line.
Yeah.
So if Ganji if Ganji has this sore or Benjy has this sore, let's say, do you think it would have prevented this from happening?
That's pop a pimple real quick.
No, that's a very good question. I don't know. John, I guess the question you're asking is it the sore or is the sore just an out in general?
That's right.
Well, I mean, we could ask her, like, will you do it when the sore is healed?
Yeah, well, based on her rap today on the show, I wouldn't think that would stop her, but I guess I'm wrong. Shuli, do you have breaking news on this?
I was just going to confirm what Benjy said because I interviewed her after she got off the air, and she confirmed with me that she was not down to bang Pete.
But did she tell you the lesion or the sore was?
Yeah, she says I don't know what that sore is, and I said I think it's just a scratch. Could be AIDS. I don't know.
Now, don't you think Bibi should have had the class to tell Pete face to face, or at least let him know before she left? That's not right.
Doesn't sound like the conviction of a girl who fucked a janitor at the movie theater.
Well, maybe you say maybe she felt, maybe it wasn't the smartest way to do it, but maybe she felt it was nicer to say yes on the air and to reject.
And then to just
privately.
never call him again.
Yeah.
Pete, would you rather that, or would you rather her tell you face to face?
Face to face. Rather than secondhand,
Well,
But
the second hand is not her fault. That's my fault. That I didn't even realize you were here.
Right,
when
he
I said
wouldn't
that.
even been aware of it if Pete wasn't here.
Then he would have never known. He would have just kept calling her and texting her for a month.
We're just kidding, man. She's gonna fuck
Thanks,
you.
Gare.
Huh?
We're just kidding. She'll fuck you.
Are you giving me shit or?
Yeah, but I just want you to feel good and stuff. Man. We'll get you laid.
What's the all right? Well, come on.
No, I'm confused.
No,
I'm
we're not.
confused too.
We'll get you laid. I'll get you laid. I'll get you laid today.
Pete, Benji's trying to let you down easy here. Essentially, she said that she doesn't want to bang you because of that sore. I mean, that's what
I
this
don't know.
comes down
Listen,
to.
this is like I said.
Well,
Everything I heard is
if that's
secondhand.
true coming from her, then that's obviously true. But
Now, do you think maybe she sensed that you wanted more than just a banger, Pete? Because I know a lot of times you sort of go down the relationship route once you meet a girl.
Well, I was like, after the show, I was like, we'll sit to the camera guys. I was like, well, we'll see where this goes. It's not a guaranteed relationship, but
I don't think of her and think of the word relationship at all.
At all.
Just like have some fun and make one thing leads to another.
You're already going too far for her.
Because she did say if she banged you, she wanted you to leave right after.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't take offense to that. That's
that wasn't just you, Pete. I mean, she
that's
said
what she
that,
wants. That's what she wants.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way she operates.
But do you understand that this is a pure sex thing? That it's not a relationship thing? And I mean, certainly for her, and I figured for you, this is like let's have sex and then beat it. Do you understand that, or do you think that it could be more?
No, I totally understand that it would be just
because you just 2 seconds ago said let's see where it goes.
Just let's fuck and then but. Conversation can if
you've already gone too far.
But I
she doesn't want to have a conversation.
Who knows?
But I don't know if this is Pete's fantasy at all. Like to me, a girl like that, a little bit of fantasy would be you'd be so fucking good and so blow her away that she'd like fuck. I gotta fuck this guy.
Yeah, see, I've never had that fantasy. I don't think I could be that good.
I think you could.
I don't know.
All right, let's go to the phones.
It's worth the shot.
Jim, you're on the wrap-up show.
Yeah, the one guy with the balls to fucker's got a damn open sore. Jesus, I can't believe there's single guys on the Howard Stern show that won't fuck this broad.
Hey, I always forget your name. I know you're from
Jim?
NC.
This is Jim.
Jim, yeah. But
Jim.
Jim, do you have a girlfriend or?
I do.
Okay, so let's say you were single, but you were in our position, or we're not exactly famous, but like reality show famous. So
in a New York minute, Benjy.
What's that?
In a New York minute.
But wait, so Jim, knowing that if you fucked her, that on Monday we're going to drag in the studio. I go, you fucked her. We want every little detail. We want to hear about it. So now everybody that listens to the show will know that you had sex with this porn star who sleeps with a lot of people and a lot of them unprotected. That's cool for you?
Well, it brings notoriety to yourself, and it's something for the show. When you're working for the show, you've got to do that kind of thing. Look at
you
her.
don't have to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
She's fantastic looking. I mean,
She
she's
is, but it's a one-time. It's basically a one-time thing.
Jim, are you saying that
makes it harder for next time?
Are you saying that some of the guys on the show aren't fulfilling their obligation? Seriously, because that's what it sounds like.
We're not being team players.
Right.
We're not fucking BB Jones.
Yeah, I mean, Gary, you and Howard should actually make it a stipulation that
Someone's got to get fired.
She's going to be there in Flushing, New York. She's going to be there all weekend.
All right, I'll do it.
Yeah, and so about 50 other guys probably.
Gange, if you knew it wouldn't be found out, I think you said you would
Absolutely. If she came up to me at a bar and I didn't know she was a porn star, or even if I kind of found out that she was, and it wasn't part of the show, we were somewhere else, I would absolutely.
Okay, so let's take this a step further. You probably know how to get in touch with her.
Yeah,
without
right.
anybody knowing. Would you ever try to pull that off?
No, because I feel like it nowadays with the Howard 100 News and everything else, that's not a possibility. Back in the old days, absolutely. Things can be kept quiet. Nowadays, no.
I did try contacting her without anyone knowing, and she didn't just contact me back.
Right. Can I ask JD a question?
Oh, God.
JD, would you be more into her if she was only into you? Like, does it bother you that she was like she would have slept with Benjy?
She was somewhat into me, period. I don't believe that she was into me. And I believe her saying she wanted me to fuck me or whatever was her. She didn't mean it.
But if you thought she did, and she wasn't interested in Benjy and me and 50 other guys, but only you, would you go through with it?
Maybe. I'm taught. Yeah.
So you
maybe.
don't like when they don't show you the only the attention. If she shows attention to anybody else, you don't like that.
Attention like that, it's a little weird. I'll fuck. Yeah.
Pete, same question.
Something like that. I don't know.
Yo.
Same question.
What's up? Do me a favor, just repeat the question.
No problem.
Yeah.
Would you? I have a feeling that's not the first time in his life he said that.
JD is saying that it makes a difference. Like someone asked, well, why would you go out with Ashley Dupree, who was a known escort, who knows what she did
She was a
before.
former escort at the time, by the way.
A known escort, and who knows what she did at the time, versus someone like BB, who's just, admits to what she's doing. Is there a distinction between the two for you?
Yeah, somebody that doesn't admit it, I'll be more inclined to probably go out with, whereas someone who openly admits it, that would be a little, I don't know, I'd be a little skeevy towards that,
Well, let's say you got together. I mean, the SOAR thing didn't happen, and you got together with BB. Would it bother you, like, if she went on to the next guy, like she talked about today, she bangs a janitor, she bangs somebody she's in an elevator. Would you feel, like, protective of her because you had been with her at that point?
Would I feel protective?
Would it bother you if she went to, like, the next guy? If she ran into Ganji and say, hey, let's go bang, and she's just coming off of, being with you?
Just sort of, kind of, in a kind of a weird way, yeah. I'd be concerning. Somewhat. I mean, yeah.
What's the question you just answered?
What was the question again?
Benjy, I can imagine you can relate to what Pete's saying.
Listen, she is physically beautiful. I want to fuck her. I want to possess her. So I get that. Yeah, you want to be the one. It's the same thing. Like, look, we could easily, I don't know how much. We could take $50. We could take a couple $100 and go pretty much fuck any girl we want of a certain caliber, a prostitute. But it's not hot because it's like you're paying for it. And there's something about this, a little bit in a similar category. If there's nothing special about you, if you're no different than like anyone else,
right?
It's not as hot.
Right. I'll agree with that.
Thanks.
Rosie O'Donnell's on the phone. Well, first of all, Rosie, congratulations. You got an excellent write-up in the Post today about your new show. They're saying it's a breath of fresh air, the blah, 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 going on and on, raving. Hollywood Reporter, excellent review. They say the show is not sterile, that things are being mixed up, that you never know what you're going to get.
Well, that's always good.
You're getting hit reviews.
Oh, that's nice. I just woke up. I haven't read anything, so I'm happy to hear that.
Where are you now, in Chicago?
I'm in Chicago, in my very cold dressing room.
With Oprah's staff. Now, here's my prediction.
Go ahead.
And I don't know a thing, but this is, I have intuition.
You got a hunch.
And you can deny it if you want.
I might.
Oprah's staff likes things.
Is it Oprah's staff?
Yes. Rosie was given Oprah's staff. Listen, it's a very successful staff.
Okay.
But they like doing things where everything is very packaged, very produced. Rosie likes to let things evolve and happen.
And Rosie's Rosie. She's not Oprah.
She's not Oprah. I predict within a year, Rosie, all new staff. That's my prediction.
Well, you're not going to be Psychic of the Year, because here's the thing. It's only about 3 of people from her senior staff.
Okay.
And the rest of them were all young, new kids who had worked at her staff for about 5 to 8 years. So they're in their 20s, most of them. So they're quite trainable, right? But I will tell you, you're right about initially they were worried about the fact that I don't use the prompter. Because normally they have a prompter and everybody follows it in the control room. Right. And so that's the reason we went live, Howard, which I think you'll understand better than anyone, is all the practice shows. I would do something, and then after, we got to go, we'll be right back. And they'd say, we're going to have to do that again. I'm like, why? Well, you forgot to say NBC is the voice.
Right.
I'm like, oh, dear Lord.
That's not going to fly with you.
Okay, so Thursday, after the test show, I had a meeting with Lisa Erspalmer, who's, one of the head Oprah people. She and Sherry Salata, ran it for 25 years, ran her show. And my 2 executive producers and I was like, okay, listen, I'm not willing to trade something real for something fake. Just because something's real and has a little few flaws in it does not make it less valuable than something that's perfect and sterile and ridiculous.
Right.
And they're like, well, how could we fix that? I said, we could go live. Cut to, they said, okay, which I never thought they would do, because I thought they'd be worried that I might,
The whole show is live.
Live.
Wonderful.
Is this going to kill you? I'm saying right now it's fun, the first show.
Yeah, it's the first blush. You've been back.
You've been having a great life. You've been enjoying hanging out.
Yeah.
Is this going to kill you?
I pray to God it's not going to kill me, but I was hanging out for 10 years, Howard.
So what?
That's a lot. 10 years, man, of doing nothing. You tried. It's not easy.
You were going stir crazy.
Listen, my kids were raised. They were all in school. My youngest is going to be 9 years old, and I didn't have anything to do.
I can't keep up with you. You baffle me.
Why?
Because Rosie and I never had a private conversation, really. I mean, not where we've threatened to get together for dinner, but there's always there's al's a complication.
Oh dear. But she's hard to schedule with.
Yeah,
she is hard to schedule with.
She is. She's difficult, but
yeah.
You fascinate me.
I
so
do.
when I came into your life, you had met you had a new girlfriend.
Yeah.
She moved the whole family in. She had 6 kids. You have 4 kids.
Yeah.
You were
She didn't move them in. They moved them They moved next door.
You were in the process of what you called blending the families.
Yeah.
Now somehow that relationship ended.
Yeah.
And then,
which I believe was predicted by you.
Oh yeah. Well, because you were going probably insane with her 6 kids. Let's be honest. That's too many kids.
Let's be honest. You have a vision of what you think would work, and I remember that movie, Yours, Mine, and Ours, with Lucille Ball.
Right.
And I thought, well, how?
That's what you were thinking.
Yeah. This could be perfect, right? But honestly, it was a lot of kids, and that's the truth. It was a lot of kids.
It ruined the relationship.
I wouldn't say ruined, but it didn't allow for any time for she and I to be together alone, and
right.
There were lots of kids with lots of different issues. And,
right.
I got my own 4, and they have their own challenges, right? And so it just felt to me like chaos and too much. And she's a lovely, lovely person.
So in other words, you saw this movie and had the idea. But the kids didn't see the movie. That was the problem.
No, but they did see the one with Steve Martin, Cheaper by the Dozen.
Yes. Now, was it complicated when you had to go, like when you broke up? I can't even imagine the hassle. First of all, you got to move her out of the house.
Which literally she did in 3 days over Christmas. It was very quick.
And then
over Christmas,
you had to go,
up.
and you had to go over Christmas, no less.
Oof.
Then you had to go to the kids and say, "Listen, remember the movie I watched?"
Turns out it doesn't work like that.
That was the movies, kids.
Yeah, now we have a different movie to watch.
Was that a horrible?
No, because the kids knew. The kids knew in the beginning. Like I said, here's the thing. We're going to see what happens, and and I love Tracy, and we're going to see what happens. And so the fact that we didn't live in one house, I think, was helpful in terms of them not feeling as upset, or they sort of there was a separation, and there were. It wasn't like we did every holiday together. In fact, we didn't really do that. I took my kids and did what we normally did, and she did what she normally did.
And Tracy had to be brokenhearted because, listen, nabbing a Rosie is a big deal.
Nabbing, I love that.
Well, let's be honest.
You think I'm nabbable? Huh?
Well, listen.
Well, you're acting like she lost a Porsche.
She's a big. Well, yeah, Rosie's a big star. She is the pride.
It's more like a Hyundai Sonata, Robin. I don't know if it was a Porsche.
She is the home run of home runs. She's wealthy. She's, listen. She's everything
she's
a woman.
She's also a good person.
Yeah, right. So, when you broke up with her, it had to be, the worst.
Well, just so you know, it was not. It was. She made the decision. It wasn't. She said, "This is not going to work for me, and I'm going to go."
Well, in other words, you acted so miserable.
No, I just knew. I knew fairly early on that a long-time future and forever wasn't in the cards, and that I loved her very much, and I care about her kids, and I care about her life, and and what I think we ended up wanting different things. Although in the beginning it was a great, immense love affair, and it's wonderful to feel those kinds of feelings. And I had been in a relationship for a long time that towards the end was kind of when people are about to divorce, it's a couple years of rockiness, right? So
and here's what else baffles me.
What's that?
Okay, so this whole moving to Chicago thing, I don't get. Now, Parker is in military school, so he's covered.
And loves it.
Can you believe this?
Military
I cannot believe it, truthfully. He's been asking since he was 8.
Wow.
And I was
wow.
Yeah, obsessed with everything. Like, can tell you everything General Patton ever did, could tell you who was in what war, what countries, and why. And
do you think he'll become a military guy?
That's what he's always wanted. And, and I was really concerned, to tell you the truth. He's 16. When I left my show, I kept him in first grade twice because I wanted him to sort of, relearn and have focus, and I wasn't home during my, the show. So he did first grade twice. So he's older than most of the kids in 10th grade. He's 16. Most of them are 15.
Right.
And when bin Laden was killed, he was awake. We were in my room, and I really was panicked that something huge was going to happen. Like they dropped the nuclear bomb, because the president doesn't give a press conference on a Sunday night.
Right.
And they announced that he's dead, and my son goes, "Oh shit!" And I go, "What, honey?" He goes, "I wanted a shot at him, Mom." And he was
This is some
serious.
kid. This is some kid.
Dead
Now,
serious.
Here you are, a peacenik, right? You are someone.
Totally.
And this kid is rebelling by becoming a military guy.
Well, that's what I said. I said, how do you piss off your left-wing, liberal, pacifist, lesbian mother? You join the military, I'm
and
like,
you
don't
were the
you want to stay home and get drunk and have crazy sex with
Right.
your parents? He's like, yeah, I'm going to do that as well, Mom, but I first want to serve my nation. I'm like, okay, baby.
Wow. Doesn't this blow your mind in the sense that you were the type of mother, from what I could understand, that was up this kid's ass? I mean, he couldn't make a move without you. And
Yeah,
then
I'm madly in love with him.
And all of a sudden now, he's moving out of the house
He's
at
gone.
16. He's gone.
Yeah, it wasn't really all of a sudden. He's seen every movie about military school and stuff, and he saw TAPS, so I'm partially blaming Tom Cruise. But he saw TAPS, and he was like, Mom, I want to go to that school.
Is he into guns?
Excuse me?
Is he into guns?
Well, he'll tell you every caliber. He's never shot a gun. We don't have a gun in the house. But he knows, like when we're watching a show, he'll go, "Oh, Mom, that's a 15-millimeter CC from a Nighthawk Fire Ranger." He knows everything.
Is he into hand-to-hand combat? Does he take karate and all that?
No, but he's into football and athletics, and he's he's very sort of cut, and he's like he looks like he belongs in, like, when I saw him in his uniform, they had the graduation from the plebe to the cadet, and I was up there 2 weekends ago, and I was stunned. And here he is, like 6'1". He lost 20 pounds there. He's fit. He's cut, and he's so happy.
Wow.
everywhere we went, like I took him out to dinner to celebrate, and we're at some steakhouse up in Valley Forge, and people in the waiting, to get a seat said to him, "Thank you for your service," because he looks like he's in the Navy.
Right.
Wow.
And
Wow.
he goes, "Thank you, ma'am. I'm still a cadet, but I will pass on that to the men in the arms." He would say the whole thing,
Wow.
He called me ma'am once, Howard, and I almost had like an aneurysm.
You're kidding.
I'm like, honey, you do not ma'am me ever.
This
It
sounds
is
like
disrespectful to ma'am your mother.
You're not kidding. This sounds like remember that show with Michael J. Fox? He was like a Republican, but his parents were hippies.
Oh, he's not a Republican.
No, but
In fact,
I'm saying he comes from this piece.
Yes.
You personally were upset that they killed Bin Laden because you felt he deserved a trial.
opposed to war.
You wanted a trial for him.
Yeah, I wanted to know if it was legal in the nation, that we live to do this, right?
Right.
I questioned whether or not it was legal. Is it legal to do that?
Right.
Right? But he's a Democrat, though. My son said, he goes, Mom, in the whole school there's like 5 Democrats. He said, I get into the greatest discussions about, what's going on politically. And he grew up in a family where we discussed politics at the dinner table. So he's well-versed in what's going on.
Here is the turnaround in your life. You left your first show, which was very successful, because you wanted to be home with the family. The kids were young.
Right.
Now, all of a sudden, you're living in Chicago. You got your one daughter with you. 2 of the daughters are living with Kelly.
A daughter and a son.
A daughter and a son are living with Kelly.
Well, they're doing halftime, right? So the oldest boy, Parker's away. Chelsea's living with me, and the 2 little ones are doing, half and half.
I feel like you're free and clear now. With the kids. I mean, I feel you're back to being,
She dropped them all.
I feel you got everyone sort of in somewhere and stashed away, and then you're running around in Chicago.
Yeah, I'm at all the gay bars dancing until 3 in the morning.
No, you have a new girlfriend.
Exactly, who you will love, Howard. Because remember when you were saying to me, hey, did you have a crush on Beth? And I said to you, when she did The View, and I was like, no, she's too perfect for me. I'd be too intimidated to go near a woman who looked like that.
Right.
Cut 2, I'm in Starbucks, and I see this woman in front of me, dressed perfectly, very Beth-like,
right,
holding a puppy, and I have a puppy just like it, and I was thinking of getting another one for Chicago, and
right,
I thought she was a straight 28-year-old, because that's what she looked like, and I start talking to her, and I'm like,
And by the way, this one, just so I'm clear, this one doesn't have any kids, right?
No kids.
Perfect. All right, go ahead.
Perfect.
Yeah, and you're not having kids with her, right?
Not at the moment.
All right,
but,
go ahead.
Yeah, so she's holding the puppy, and I'm like, I got a dog like that. Where did you get it? And we start talking, and I said, here's the thing.
Were you hitting on her?
No, because I didn't think she was gay at all. It's like she's got a Beth vibe, honey. She wears high heels and Prada belts and a lot of jewelry. Like I thought she was just a straight girl.
So your gaydar wasn't going wild.
Honey, not only was it not going wild, it didn't even register a possible blip.
But but why did you start talking to her? Because she was beautiful?
No, because of the dog.
Exactly, because of the dog.
But listen, Rosie sees 50 people a day with dogs. She tells them to fuck off. Why did this one she's all of a sudden talking to?
I'll tell you why. Because I have a 4-pound Chihuahua, and she was holding a 3-pound Pomeranian.
Right.
And I wanted to know if it was full grown because, I can't bring the big dogs back and forth. So I have a little Chihuahua, and my daughter Chelsea, who's living with me here, I want to get her a little one so Missy would have a friend and blah, blah, blah.
So when you're talking to her,
yeah,
does she recognize right away it's Rosie O'Donnell?
I think so, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
But she didn't say it,
And she's wearing a little hot dress, and she's got high heels on.
No, she's got like jeans that, your thigh don't touch kind of jeans.
Right.
Like
and she's 28.
No, she's 40.
40?
She looked 28.
Tight ass, big boobs, the whole thing.
Honey, you're a dream girl. I'm telling
Really?
You. Remember in the studio?
Who does she look like?
Julianne Moore.
Oh, my.
Yes, red hair, green eyes.
So you're talking to her.
I'm talking to her, and I said, here's what happened to me. I got a little Chihuahua when I was 33, and the next thing I knew, I had a son. So you're probably going to have a baby soon. And she, told me that she was trying to have a baby, and and I said, oh well, maybe your husband. But she said, oh, I don't have a husband. I'm a lesbian. And I laughed.
Right.
I was like, I said, that's funny.
Bingo.
I said, you're funny. What's your name? And she said, Michelle. I go, no, seriously. She goes, no, I am a lesbian. I go, you're a lesbian. If you're a lesbian, you're one of those lesbians for 14 minutes. You're not a real. She says, I've been out since I'm 24 years old.
Wow.
I'm like, and how old are you now? 28? She said, no, 40. I go, first of all, I thought it was Ashton Kutcher on Punk'd for a minute.
This is too good to be true.
Well, yeah, and then I didn't trust her for a while. I'm like,
well, what do you mean you
see.
didn't trust her?
Because, like I said, I was intimidated by the beauty. I was a little thrown by the, I don't know.
Well, Kelly was beautiful, but you're talking about a whole nother level up.
Kelly is beautiful, and it's not about levels. It's just about she's very much of a girl. I've never dated a woman who is so much of
So
a girl.
feminine.
Exactly.
So wait a second. You meet this girl in Starbucks.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, here's a picture of her.
Oh, yeah, pictures flying in.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you enjoy that, Howard?
Oh, yeah, baby.
I thought you might like that. I thought of you.
You'll bring her over to my
more
place.
Than once.
We'll
More
get
than
her,
once,
we'll
Howard.
get her in a bikini.
Oh, yeah, she has a few.
Oh, look at her. She is lovely.
Yes,
Is she wearing a wedding ring with you?
No, she is not wearing a wedding ring.
It appears to be. Wow, she's some knockout.
Yeah.
You know how to
quite-
handle
quite
something like that?
Howard, that was my concern. I was like, hey, what have I...
You meet her in Starbucks. How long before you take her out on a date?
About 2 weeks.
What did you do?
because-
You started texting and calling?
Yeah, my daughter was in the hospital for a while, and so I was going back and forth to the city.
What is
and I
that
wasn't-
all about? Is she all right?
Yeah, she's okay, but for my 14-year-old, and so I was in and out of the city a lot for like a month, and so I didn't really have any time. So we talked for like 2 weeks on the phone and texting and emails and stuff, and then
That's romantic. And
It was.
are you burning with desire for her? When
well,
you
I was
text?
nervous, Howard. I was like nervous,
But
like,
you were thinking about her a lot.
And I was also thinking, could she really be gay? But then as we were talking about, her life and her relationships, and I was like very.
You found yourself fantasizing about her?
Yes.
Alone in bed? You touched yourself thinking about her?
Well, Howard,
I mean, that's okay.
There's all kinds of influence you can buy to help you do that. But no,
I know. Robin teaches me.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, well.
So, so you're
Robin's
thinking
a
about
smart
her,
woman.
you're texting this and that, and you say, let's go out on a date.
Well, yeah, she said, let's have dinner,
Where'd you
so
take
I was
her?
like, to a sushi restaurant, but in my town, because, I had the kids and we had some stuff going on. So she came up with her puppy.
Right.
And met three of my children the first day, because what I thought was, if this has any chance to ever be anything, it comes with three kids.
It
right?
was
And I
clear
also-
it was a date, though.
You introduced the kids right away.
She doesn't fuck around.
Oh.
Because you know what? Rosie falls in love like in a day.
Immediately.
Yeah, like she doesn't even like date that much. As soon as she
No.
meets anybody that she's slightly attracted to, she moves them right in.
Well, I went on 4 dates. You'll be proud of me, Howard.
Right.
And in the last, since I've been divorced, which is like 4 years,
Right.
I went on 4 dates with people I did not move in with. So I'd like to have
good.
a round
All
of
right.
applause.
All
for
right,
that.
so there is
But-
some discriminating.
Right, but when I go on a date, here's how it goes. I go out to dinner, and then if I don't feel that thing that you're supposed to feel, like,
Right.
oh my gosh, I want to get to know you, I want to sit next to you, I want to snuggle, I want to,
Right.
If I don't feel that, then that's done.
You
It's like,
move
I don't-
on.
And that's
right
fair.
away.
But that's fair.
Right away.
You say to them, oh, this was a nice time. I'll get in touch with you, and you never call, right?
Well, because I'm a lesbian, they end up texting and we're friends. But
Right.
I make it clear that, I'm not particularly interested in anything other than that.
Women are so good with each other. They're so sensitive that way. Like
That
me,
they
I would
can
just
be friends.
I just would never write the person and hide.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, I used to do that with therapists. Whenever my therapist pissed me off, I would change my phone number and just never call them back.
That's healthy. I wish I could learn how to do that.
Yeah, that's a good trick. I think you should use that.
So you go out on a date. Where do you take these girls to dinner? Because right away it becomes a story. This is in your neighborhood. No one squeals on you. No one says.
Yeah,
Hey.
in Nyack it's very easy. You
Yeah,
know that
right.
everybody. I've lived there a long time.
What'd she wear on the date? Was she wearing like no panties?
No. She's got some thong action going on, but
Right.
no, white jeans and a black shirt and heels that I could not believe a human could walk in.
And no bra.
Oh no, honey, believe me.
Oh.
She's got the bra underwear matching sets, La Perla, something that she's taught me about. I now have matching bras and underwear, color coordinated, with lace.
Does it make you feel good?
It does, and
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
So wait a second. This girl, you go on the date, and I know with the way you've described it, you like a nice big build-up sexually. You don't want to just get it over with in 2 seconds.
Oh no! In fact, it was
Right.
not. There was no chance or time. I was. So then, after we went out to dinner, all it was a kiss goodnight, and then we
With a
went
tongue.
Out. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Come on, I'm 49,
Look at you.
honey.
Wow.
What am I going to do? Peck her on the cheek?
No time to waste.
There were 3 kids sleeping upstairs and 1 in military school. I couldn't exactly, bound chicka bound. And besides, I was nervous, Howard.
Do you initiate the kiss or she does?
I did.
Well, good for you.
Well, I was nervous to do it though.
But you knew she wanted it. If she's going all the way up to Nyack, she wanted something with you. I mean,
think?
yeah. Where does the kiss happen? Out in your front door?
No, on my living room couch. I walk in and the kids are waiting because the kids were playing with her dog, and the kids are waiting. Hi, and I'm like, okay, everybody, up to bed. Mom will be up there. And
Yeah, but it's 4:00. So they go up to bed. You get her on the couch, and you make out with her.
No, we don't make out. One kiss.
That's romantic.
This is what I said to the kids. I go, you guys go up to bed. Mommy will be up in a half an hour. And she has since told me that when I said that, she thought to herself, oh, she's not interested, right? That she put her right. But I wasn't. What am I going to say? I have the kids. They're waiting in my bed.
No, that's very respectful.
Right. So
were you burning with desire?
Well, I was definitely wanting to kiss her.
Right. Oh,
And I did.
She's a knockout. I'm staring at the picture as you're talking.
She's beautiful. She's inside and out. She's so great with kids. She's really lovely. She's smart. She's kind. She's got her own. She's got.
So when do you finally bang her?
It took a few months, Howard.
Few months.
Because
you like that build-up.
Well, I was going back and forth to Chicago in the early parts of the summer to set up the show. Even right before the summer, I was going back and forth, and then
second date, you feel her up?
No.
Just kiss again.
We made out.
Oh my God! See, women when they're with each other, they love a slow build.
Oh, you kidding? And then all the letters about how great the kiss was, and then talking, and then send me a photo. Where are you? And,
look at that!
Oh my God! It's romance times 1,000.
Did she sext you?
No.
No pictures of herself over the text with her legs or
panties? No.
Nothing.
Well, no. Come on. You're not a skanky hoe.
That's not hoe. That's fun.
Well, before you even make love to the person, they're going to send you pictures of themselves naked?
Not naked, but, a little something. So, all right. So you make out for a long time on the second date. Third date, I'm going to say by the third date, fingers. Now you're burning with desire.
No, let me tell you something. Here's what it went from. Kissing to, could you come and spend 2 weeks with me?
Right. It was time.
So all 4 dates were just making out.
Where'd she come to, Chicago?
Just kissing. Miami. We went to Miami.
Oh, the house in Miami.
Yeah, which is really, that's the house. Every time I pull in, I go, who owns this place?
Right.
Oh, crap, it's me.
And when she saw that place, it was romantic time.
It was romantic time. But you know what? She's got her own thing going on, honey.
What does she do?
Money. She's an IT headhunter, and she's like, one of the most successful people in that field. And
that's attractive. I like that.
Yeah, she's got a lot of her own money, cash, life. She's got a Beamer. She wears all these designer everything and jewelry. And I'm like, where'd you get those earrings? She's like, I bought them.
Sounds too good to be true.
Yeah, a little bit, and that's what I was a little bit like going. Where am I going to find the trap door? Where am I going to hear? By the way, I was arrested for impersonating Julianne Moore and stealing $50 million.
Have you ever dated someone who had that type of personal income and was able to support themselves in that fashion?
No.
So this is a new avenue for you.
It is.
And then you
You're
say,
not
and then
be
the insecure.
in charge of everything.
So then the
exactly, Robin. I'm not the boss.
So then the insecure part of you becomes a little more secure because she could afford. She doesn't need your money. So maybe you start thinking she really loves me.
Well, I don't think, Kelly didn't need my money. I mean, Kelly comes from a trust fund baby. She was a very rich kid.
Good.
Right? But, Michelle grew up very similar kind of financial way straight that I did, although she was in the most western part of upper New York State. Right? So
is she a Gold Star lesbian or has she been with men?
What is a Gold Star lesbian?
Gold Star lesbian is a true lesbian who has never even messed around with men.
Oh, I didn't know that term.
Absolutely.
I didn't know that either. And
I just coined it.
It's
3 seconds ago.
Gold Star lesbian.
No, seriously.
No, she's not a Gold Star lesbian, nor am I, Howard.
Well, I mean, you've messed around with some men, but very, very superficially.
I did the deed more than once.
Well, you tried.
No, honey, I lived with a guy for over a year.
Oh, did I know that?
When I was 28.
And you enjoyed it?
I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed sex with this guy?
Very much.
You didn't want to throw up and go, and you weren't thinking about women the whole time.
No, you know what else I enjoyed? Going to the supermarket with him before the football game on Sunday and getting the beer, chips, and nachos and having the cashier say, "Oh, how long have you guys been dating?" And it was all of a sudden to be accepted in the world, not having to have who you're with be invisible and people pretend they didn't know. And listen, it's a long time ago. It's over 20 years ago, right?
So you're bisexual?
No, I'm not. I'm definitely gay.
Right.
but I see a handsome man, I'm not dead. You know, I look at there's a sexy hot guy, I go, look at him. I don't necessarily want him naked in my bed, but I would like him to maybe tidy up around my house.
It must be painful for you when you're around me because I'm so handsome.
I'm telling you.
It must be confusing for you.
If I even went close to you, Jeanette Barber would have my head because.
Did the guy get you off? I mean, were you able to have an orgasm with him?
Oh gosh, yes, honey.
No kidding.
Everything works downtown. It's not like lesbians don't function without the right car key.
No, but I have many friends who are lesbians who say to me, like, the thought of the penis going in them is so repulsive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that they can't even.
Well, I don't think that could possibly be true because there's a lot of.
Yeah, who are you talking to?
I have friends.
Where is this? What are you, women who? What?
All right, that's the second thing I made up.
I figured.
Gold star lesbian in that.
And all of your lesbian friends who are repulsed by penises.
Well, but I have male friends who are gay and who have said to me, like, they quite frankly, they go to me, ugh, pussy is disgusting.
Okay, I have a friend, Dan, and he went for the first time when he was like 30 to a bachelor party at a strip joint, and he was there, and his friends supposedly didn't know he was gay. The woman was on the stage, spread her legs in front of them, and he said loud, and everyone heard, oh my God, it looks like roast beef.
Right. Well, I would imagine it would be the same for you. You see a penis, and you're like, ugh, filthy penis.
No, not at all. No.
So now you get her to Miami. None of the kids are there with you.
Honey, all the kids are there.
Wow. And she's going to come for 2 weeks and stay with you?
Yes.
And go in the bedroom with you?
Yes.
That's a bold move.
And here's the best part of her. So we're second night. We're in the bed. The kids. We've put the kids to bed. They're asleep. We're in the bedroom. All of a sudden, knock, knock, knock. Come in, and in comes Vivi. I can't sleep in my room, and I'm thinking, oh dear God. And then in comes Blakey. Mom, if Vivi's going to stay in here.
And the
then
hot
Chelsea
girlfriend is laying there in lingerie and.
Yeah.
And
you know what she does? She goes, come on, and moves over.
Oh, that was a good move on her part.
Not only it's innate, it was an innate thing, and I thought to myself, this is so perfect, right?
How was the first night of making love? Awkward because I know you're shy. Were you able to get off, or were you so shy that you dried up?
I was no, honey. No, Mommy's on bioidenticals, and trust me, downtown Niagara Falls.
Because you're on what? Biomedicals?
Bioidentical hormones. Beth doesn't have this yet. When she gets to be my age,
is this because of menopause?
Yes, honey.
And it introduces female hormones and makes you wetter.
It keeps everything working.
It makes.
Are you on it, Robin?
No, I'm fine.
No, you're not. You've
Yes,
told me
I
you've
am.
had to use KY.
Never. I lied.
No, you didn't.
I did not.
She made that up. That's like the Astro Glide Star hetero.
Do you have to worry about safe sex the first time you're with her? Like, do you guys go get checked out, or you have to do dental dams and all that?
No.
Dental dam.
Yeah, dental dam.
You know, it's very, very rare for a woman to give another woman a sexually transmitted disease.
Well, could I tell you what I just read?
It doesn't happen.
You want to know? You want to know what I just read?
What?
That when oral sex occurs, like if I go down on a woman, that now they think it's a leading cause of throat cancer. Because, yeah, it was in the New York Times. I'm not making this up from some tabloid. I'm talking about the greatest newspaper in the world. If you go down on a woman and you get the human papillomavirus in your throat,
that's different.
Yeah, you get throat cancer 9 times out of 10.
But that's if somebody has HPV, if they have warts,
right?
Which I would hope you would notice while you were downtown.
Please, what am I going to go down there with a flashlight?
Honey, you could.
I have my eyes closed.
Warts, babe, warts. They're very. You could feel it with your hopefully very skilled tongue.
So you're telling me the first night she comes to Miami. Kids go to bed. She marches herself up to your bedroom with you, and lovemaking begins.
Yes, but honey, I was already in love with her. Right?
No, I understand you're in love. She's there, but now it's time to physically act out your love.
Yeah, right. And
so does she remove? Do you remove her clothing one piece at a time, very slowly?
Oh no, like Howard, this feels like a Penthouse Forum letter. All
of course
I can tell
it
you is, let me tell you this: it was really, really lovely, and like everyone else, when you're initially with somebody and you love them and you first have sex, it's kind of awkward because it's a new person and you don't know, and then as you're together, it's it's better and better and better and better.
No vibrators?
No.
Just fingers?
Just body parts, just doing it just like you and Beth.
Wow.
No toys.
No toys, nothing. Pure human love.
Pure skin on skin. That's
and when
it.
she took her clothes off, was it amazing?
Every time that she does, it is.
In other words, no cellulite.
I say to her, you look like a Barbie. You look like a human Barbie.
And
right?
she loves when you say that.
That's the thing. Here's something I found out that's shocking. That women who are beautiful, like Beth, like Mish, I assumed in my life that those beautiful women know it.
No.
And that they... I'm stunned by
Beth
this.
told me last night how ugly she is.
Oh, God.
I said, thank God you think that, because that helps me to take advantage of how beautiful you are.
Well, I can't sort of believe that, I can't believe that they don't live knowing it. I think if you're like the normalish woman like me, right, like chubby and overweight, whatever, you don't pay attention to stuff like makeup and lingerie, you assume that those super girly, sexy, beautiful women walk around with an air of, aren't I the goods?
Were you ashamed of your body? Were you like, I'm not good enough to take my clothes off, let's put the lights down, I don't want you to see me?
Yes.
You were. Did you keep your shirt on? Do you keep your shirt on?
Oh, no, honey. No, it's not like ashamed, like, oh, don't look. But, listen, I'm 200 pounds. She's 100 pounds.
Right.
I was afraid I would roll over and smother her in the bed. I didn't know. It was like, honey, be careful, because I don't know if you're used to be, but she's so.
Do you suck in your stomach? Do you start to worry, like, hey, I'll try and look good here, and like, I'll try to look
Next time I'm
thinner?
there, I will actually show you my stomach, and the sucking in hardly even helps.
Had she ever been with a large woman before?
Yes.
She had.
Yes, she's been, she's had, she's not invested in it's not about looks for her, which obviously.
Yeah,
right?
same with Beth.
Right, it's not about that.
Do you do what I do? I walk to the bathroom backwards so that she can't see my ass. I'm not kidding. Yeah, I have cellulite.
But wait a minute, you showed your ass on national TV.
Yeah, that was
but you won't show it.
That was maybe the biggest mistake of my life.
Well, we all know your ass, Howard.
Even Beth said to me, like when I was 7, I saw that on TV. And I thought it was disgusting. Whatever, I don't know how old she was, but well, she had to be around there.
That's gotta hurt.
She goes,
What's the age difference with you two? What's the age difference?
Not much, 19 years. But
19?
I look incredibly young. So
I know you do. I've been around you.
yeah,
It's hard. The pheromones are flying.
Yeah, it doesn't look weird at all when she's with me because, listen,
You're evenly matched.
Beth's turning 40 and I'm 57.
Yeah. Well, honestly, you do look pretty amazing, Howard. I got to tell you.
Exactly.
You always
So do
keep
you.
Fit. Well, honey, I could use to lose about 40 pounds, but
Do you think you'll lose 40 pounds now that you're with this new woman and she's so?
Well, here's the thing. I actually have lost some weight already, and she's very interested in health, right? She eats healthy food. She works out, and she keeps saying to me, I want you to live. You need to live.
Was she in the audience for the first show that you did at the Oprah thing? Of course, that's the greatest aphrodisiac. If she wasn't turned on before, when a woman sees
and all your glory.
Well, even Beth says when she sees me working the radio controls, it turns her on.
Well, it's funny because she came to the rehearsal, and we had a rehearsal on Sunday because we were going live yesterday.
Right.
So she, for the first time, sat and watched me sort of do what I do. And
do you find yourself trying to make your job look more complicated in front of her so that she's even more impressed?
Or that you have to tell people what to do.
Like use start bossing some people around, or tell people like some television terms, like we got to sweep this quarter hour, please. I know about this. Do you find yourself doing that? I do that with Beth.
I think I do it a little bit, but I will tell you this, that I am always bossy, so it wasn't like I was acting.
You should have fired someone right on the spot. That would have gotten her. She would have been naked in your room within 2 seconds.
With all the kids, that wouldn't have been good. But she was sitting with the kids, and so I didn't even realize that it was, it's the first time she sort of had seen me, like, in that work professional mode of being the boss. And so I was doing what I do. Like, we're not going to use the 2-shot. We're going to use the 1.
Yeah.
Please have the jib when the boys come out. With the Broadway boys. I was doing all that, but it was real, right? And then we go out to dinner, and she goes, it was amazingly exciting to watch you do. I'm like, to watch me at rehearsal in my sweatpants? She's like, honestly, honey, you don't know. I was like, oh, my God, you're going to have to come to work with me every day.
Are you making love to her every day?
Well, honey, it's pretty new. And
right.
I would say we have a very affectionate relationship.
Do you ever make love with her back in your office at work?
I have not, no, because there's many people here, and there's usually at least a child or two.
Are you guys obnoxiously affectionate in front of the staff, or do you keep that under wraps?
I don't think obnoxiously, but my children do say, like my 11-year-old boy, Mom, get a room, which is now his favorite line.
So every night you're making love to this beautiful woman?
I wouldn't say, every night, honey, I'm 49 and I'm tired. And when I did, the build-up to this show, we did 2 rehearsal shows every day because I couldn't get it right. I was, it's an hour show, right? The shortest I ever did when we were on tape, not live like we did last night, like we're going to be from now on.
Right.
I did an hour and 22.
Wow.
Wow.
And I was like, what the hell is happening?
Right.
I couldn't get it to an hour. And so then the Thursday, I was really frustrated. We had done this piece with the Broadway kids from my school dancing, and Javier Colon was singing, and I came up and said at the end, thank you, kids, give Javier some love. And they all just spontaneously ran and grabbed him, and I said, what do you have to say to him? And they all in unison said, thank you, it was adorable. And I said, we'll be right back after this. And then I hear from the booth, we're going to have to do that again. You forgot to do the NBC plug. You did not say NBC, the voice on NBC. I'm like, I'm not doing it again.
Listen to me. Listen to me. If those imbeciles who run that OWN network had any brains, they got no programming. They have no ratings.
Honey, it's hard to start a network.
Listen to me. If you want to go an hour and a half,
You think they should just let her go?
let her go. What else they got to do? What, they got to get to what? Reruns of what?
Well, don't they have some kind of Oprah show on after
They do. They have a brand new Oprah show.
Start the Oprah show. Start the Oprah show. And let's say Rosie goes an hour and 25 minutes.
Uh-huh.
So
well,
start the show.
It is an Oprah show, though.
So what?
Well, you
all they got is empty
programming for
slots.
Well, we got to have programming for commercials, but you have to remember when networks started, like Fox, they just did one night.
Right.
When CNN was on, nobody watched it for 3 years. The normal platform to launch a network on cable is anywhere from 3 to 7 years.
But that's why I'm saying they got you. You're high profile. You're getting great reviews already.
Let her go.
Do your thing.
Give her a 4-hour show.
Why does it have to be? Let her go for 4 hours. Who cares?
All of a sudden I'm going to be doing Sabago Gigante.
No, but I'm saying if you're there anyway and you feel like going, go. It's live. Go for it.
Well, I got to tell you, we had Russell Brand. Have you had him on your show?
Many times. Fabulous guy.
Genius, too.
Right.
Yeah.
Guy's a genius. And he could have went forever.
Right. So
I actually
what?
hated it. Hated having to say, we'll be right back with the game. I wanted to just stay with them.
So why didn't you? And then
we have an hour. It's a regular TV show. We have an hour.
But why can't you say, listen, they've got nothing on. The entire day gets 0 ratings.
Well,
they got
Rosie has a new girlfriend. She wants to get back to her.
No, she doesn't. Listen, she's got plenty of time. How long can you, in a session, can you make love to her? I know gay women will go for hours.
Yeah.
Of course we will.
Right.
Because there's no, it's not as though one and we're done. I have to run out and get a blue pill, right? There's lots of caressing and touching and all the stuff that apparently bores you men.
Well,
that we
you
just
know what?
do for hours.
I'll let you know something. I'll let you know a secret about this man.
Yeah.
I like all that stuff. But
I've heard that about
Beth
you.
is bored, but she wants it. She
Get
wants
off.
it. She's like, let's go.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Stop
yeah.
with all the fooling around.
She doesn't. She is very different.
Well, she's definitely not a lesbian. I can tell you that.
No,
Howard.
she's not. I told you what happened. Beth went for a massage. These women.
Did you hear this, Rosie?
I did not. What's the massage?
This is some sexy story. You got to hear this. Well, there's another massage story I'm not even going to go into, but just the other day, she stops in some place.
It's a little nail salon.
Little nail salon.
Right.
Korean woman. So Beth's sitting there waiting for her nails to dry. She says, oh, do you do those massages? Like
the chair massage.
The chair massage.
Right. They do like your neck and your arms. Right.
Right. The woman goes, you'll come to back room. Beth goes, oh, okay. She thought it was a little weird. Goes to the back room. She puts her neck in the thing,
Put her face in the cradle.
Yeah, you understand.
Yeah.
Well, a couple of minutes later, she goes, the Korean woman goes, do you mind? And she goes, what? She goes, take shirt. So she lifts Beth's shirt off and takes her bra off and starts to rub her sides and her breasts.
Seriously?
I swear to God. And she's telling me this. So I go, don't you know that's inappropriate? And she goes, well, yeah, but it felt good. I said,
okay, wait.
Yeah.
She went to get a mani-pedi,
right,
and she got a boob massage?
Yeah. And then a guy walked back there, and she says it was nothing. I said, are you... What? I don't even... she's like little Annie Fanny. She's just like... Did you ever read Playboy Little Annie Fanny?
No.
Everywhere she went, people were taking her top off and doing things to her.
Wow. And so what did Beth do? Was there a happy ending?
That's what I said. I said, honey, did you get up and leave? She goes, no. She rubbed me and it felt good. And then she was done, and it was about 15 minutes, and that was it.
Oh, so she didn't try to go downtown?
No.
But she did say she rubbed her thighs.
Yeah, because she was wearing cutoffs.
But they don't usually touch your thighs in a chair.
I don't know what was going on.
Thighs at a nail salon.
Yeah, well, the kicker is...
Beth may have said something in Korean. It sounded like massage.
I think
but
so,
actually
too.
was like, can you do me almost right to the edge of glory? I don't know.
Sounds to me like you're liking this whole Chicago setup. I can't even believe it because, I still think they could have done the show from New York.
Well, we were going to do the show from New York, truthfully, but because the Oprah show was winding down, didn't end until May 25th, by the time that we had all of the studios to choose from, there were no studios that I wanted to work in. You know, I'm very spoiled. I was at 30 Rock for 6 years, right?
Right.
And then when I did The View, it was over on the West Side. Literally, there were rats in the dressing room. Like, they would chew through things. It was really near the river, and it was not a good environment. I didn't want, like, one of those Unitel all the way on the West Side. And so of the choices, we didn't have many. And then, you know, Oprah said, you know, if I can give you the jet, you could go back and forth. Now, initially, Howard, we weren't going to do this kind of show. I was going to do Oprah show, right?
Well, thank God. Someone got a hold of Rosie. I heard the original description of the show.
Right.
It was some serious issues. This and that. I said, listen, 7 o'clock at night. People want fun.
Have some fun.
Have some fun, for Christ's
Right, well,
sake.
we were originally at 4 o'clock. We were going to fill the spot that she left vacant, 5 million women watching, right? That was the goal, was to do her show with her staff at 4 o'clock, bulk tape a bunch of them, be here for 5 days, be home for 15 days.
Right.
Be here for 5 days. That was the original plan. Then around July 4th, they said, we're going to put you on at 7 to launch into the new nighttime programming, because there's all new programming that started yesterday, right? So I was like, well, at 7 o'clock, I can't do a 1 hour single topic just for that reason. You know, if it worked in Fringe, they would put all those shows on in Fringe. It doesn't. It's game shows and entertainment, and that's what people want.
Yeah.
And so I was lucky, I think, because I don't think I would have been good at that other one either, Howard, because, you know, I get pissed off about things that I feel are unjust.
Right.
And then I'm not entertaining.
I think some of that's entertaining. I do. I like when you're opinionated. I don't want you to go like sort of like, you know, I'm going to hold back here. I like when you let it go.
No, I won't be holding back. And
the Yentas who watch that stuff will love it. Believe me, I'm going to watch.
Yeah?
I would have watched last night, except
Yeah, I caught the first part, and I was like, wow, Rosie's doing stand-up. This is great.
Yeah, good for you. I'm happy for you. And believe me, it's good to see you back at work. I figured you'd go back.
Yeah,
and
you know, you were the reason that I actually did it, because before I went on the radio, I was thinking, well, I'm not going to do any. I'm 50. What could I do? And I love doing that radio. If they had only paid me a penny, I would have stayed.
Right.
And then it all, you know, here it is.
Are you still affiliated with Sirius? You are, right?
Yeah, totally. And I loved it. Actually, I loved doing the radio. And I never used to listen. Now I listen all the time.
Are you broadcasting your nightly television show on Sirius, the audio portion?
Yes, they are.
Good.
And
Okay.
I'm doing like twice a week answering questions for an hour, having call-ins about topics. So I'm still going to have a presence there on Stars. I would have much preferred to be on Howard 101.
Yeah, well, me too, but that evidently wasn't in the cards. All right, listen, watch the Rosie Show, weekday nights at 7 on OWN. She's in a good place. You can see, if you see these pictures of this woman she's banging, you can see why she's in a good place. This one I approve of.
Thank you, Howard. I thought so, actually. Second date, I thought, when Howard Stern gets a look at this one, he's going to be a happy man.
Oh, my God. And, you know, I have to have her over in the summertime so she can wear a bikini.
And she will, my friend.
Oh, yes. And that is something,
Proudly.
even if you can't make it, send her over.
Okay, I'll be there in a muumuu, and
All
she'll
right.
be in a bikini, all right?
Good luck with the show.
All right, thanks, Howard.
We'll all
Thanks
tune
for having me.
in. And have you met her parents yet?
Yes, I have.
Already?
Honey, we're gay women. Come on. We
you-
met the
moves right
family.
along.
We're getting wedding invitations printed. You'll be invited.
Oh, are you getting married?
I think it could be in the cards. It's legal in New York.
Have you asked her?
I think we've discussed it.
Wow.
Wow, this is moving fast.
You know, Howard, come on. I'm 49 and I'm gay.
Wow. Well,
You know the old joke.
What is the old joke?
What does a lesbian bring on a second date? A U-Haul. What does a gay man bring on a second date? What second date? Good night. I'll be at the gay yuck hut for the next 2 weeks.
But if she wants her own kids, you can't get started with that again. I see already. Listen, the two are living with Kelly.
Yeah.
You got the one with you. You're downsizing.
Yeah.
It's enough
But
with the
can
kid.
I tell you,
it's
for me, honey,
it's enough
can
for
I tell
you.
you the truth?
Yeah.
To hold a newborn baby, I don't even need any antidepressants.
Go to an orphanage.
Hold an age, baby.
I'll come home with 20, like Mia Farrow.
Well, what medications are you on that you're so happy?
Well, I'm on a very low dose now of Effexor, and
What
sort
is
of
that?
weaning off of it. But I'm actually, I'm in a good place. I got to say, my hormones are balanced. I've been doing my TM, Mister, for about 2 years.
Oh, very good. Yeah.
Yes, I do my 20 morning, 20 at night, and I'm in a good place.
Excellent. All right. Very good. I'm happy.
All right, good to talk to you all.
All right, watch the Rosie Show weekday night, 7 o'clock on the Oprah Winfrey Network. Has Oprah mentioned me?
Oh, yeah, we talk about you often.
I bet you couldn't have me as a
She
guest.
probably doesn't bring you up at all.
I don't think Oprah would let me on the show as a guest.
Will you come
Listen.
to Chicago?
No. But listen
Come
to
on,
me.
Howard.
No.
A whole hour. You and me, a whole hour.
A whole hour?
1 hour, just you and me.
But do you think Oprah would want that?
I am sure she would.
Really?
Yes. I'll fly on my jet. I know you don't like to fly.
What do you mean your jet?
They give me a jet to go back and forth.
Oh, you're kidding. What a mega
This is a
deal.
good deal.
What are they paying you?
Claudia getting wanded every
I don't know. You're kidding. They gave you a jet.
Yes, not to keep, but to use.
And you can use that for carte blanche, like you decide, I need to go to New York tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh, my God. What are they paying you?
Good money, my son. Good money.
Are you getting, I'm going to guess, I haven't even thought about what you're getting.
Think about it.
Are you getting $15 million a year?
Here's what I would say, Howard. That's very in the vicinity. If we were near, if we were on Price is Right, you'd probably get a second guess for that. But yes,
I'm under?
You're very close to the number.
Oh my God!
It's not a bad gig, honey.
And
they're very
also,
generous.
And bonuses.
I got it all, like you do.
Well,
I mean, listen,
like I do, then you'll be lucky to
Then you'll be
collect.
fighting.
You'll be in court trying to get your bonus. They gave me a bonus. I hit a home run. No bonus. They said I read the contract the wrong way.
It wasn't you didn't hit a home run. You hit a grand slam, and they wouldn't have this Sirius XM if it wasn't for you. But it's no $100 million deal, honey. But believe me, it's going to take care of everything I need.
Whoa, that's beautiful.
It's a good thing.
Good for
and
you.
listen, can I tell you, if I find a Gold Star lesbian, I'm going to call in with her. All right?
Yeah. Hey, where is your girlfriend? Is she there with you?
She's with my daughter, taking her to school right now.
Oh boy, she really is moving
She's
fast.
moved right into the chores and everything.
Yeah.
Honey, she knows what she's doing. She figured out how to work the remotes in the new house. That's why she can never leave. I'll never be able to watch TV.
Next time you call in, have her at your bedside.
All right, baby.
And you'll leave the phone down. You won't tell her I'm on the air, and I'll listen to your lovemaking.
All right.
All right?
That's a deal.
And what are the kids calling her? Hot mommy? What are they calling her?
Well, you know, it's funny how they used to call me More Mama,
Yeah.
right? She said, what name do you want them to call you? And she said, how about Mini Mama? I'm like, that's pretty funny. But it's cute because, like, my daughter, she drives my daughter to school, Chelsea, and Chelsea brought her into the school, and everybody's like, who's this? And she said, it's my stepmom, right? Which was really touching and beautiful. And it's good. It's all good. She's really lovely. And we will all have dinner, I swear to God, and we'll make it work. You will not go to the Hamptons every weekend.
Right.
You will meet me in the city.
No, I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking
No,
forward to
boo, my
taking...
treat.
Thank you. And I'm looking forward to a private jet ride.
Honey, you say you're in. I'm flying you. We're doing it.
And you're not catching any gay vibe from Oprah. You still claim she's straight.
I not only that, I'm positive.
Positive.
I'm telling you, I'm 100% positive.
All right. That's all right. Very good.
100%.
You know, but your
Then
gaydar
again-
can be off. We've just
Right.
learned
I was
that.
gonna say, then
No,
again,
you don't know.
the one
Rosie-
I'm sleeping with, I did not think was gay either.
Rosie
No, but
hit
you
on
know.
Oprah. That's right. And she wanted to find... I asked her to do it.
Oh, God,
hey,
Howard.
hey, by the
Now
way-
you'll never be on the show. Shut the hell up.
Here's something we can talk about sometime when we get together.
All right.
So I was invited to a party at someone's house.
Yeah.
I walk in, they say, Barbara Streisand wants to talk to you.
Oh, my Lord. When was this?
This was over the summer. I told you to come out.
Crap. Holy...
And so,
Was it-
listen,
Whose house? Sandy Gallen? Something?
no, a woman named Donna.
Okay.
I go over there, and they say, Barbara, out of everyone here, wants to speak with you.
Yeah.
I walk over,
Yeah.
and we entered it up for about an hour and a half.
I'm telling you, honey.
Just the two of us, a very deep conversation, Miss Streisand and myself.
And that
I
felt
brought your
good,
name up.
Didn't it?
What? Beautiful.
Did it feel good?
Sure,
Yeah.
it felt good. But listen, who likes me? I mean, who knew? Who knew Barbara Streisand liked me?
Did you bring up my name? Did you
Yeah,
bring
I
up?
did.
And what'd she say?
She said, "Oh yes, yes, of course, yes."
Oh, yes, yes, of course.
Yeah, you
That's
know,
good.
she
I'll take
likes
that.
you. She likes you.
I know she does. She stayed at my
Yeah.
home.
I'm recording an album with her, actually.
Oh, really?
The duets
Yeah.
album, Howard Stern and Barbara.
Yeah, I felt like I got to admit, I felt kind of good about myself. You know
How
that.
could you not?
Yeah,
First
I
of
mean,
all, you're a Jewish guy from New York.
Right.
She is the biggest Jewish star from New York in the history of the world, and she's the most talented woman that ever lived.
yeah, and then then she goes. So then she was supposed to come over to my house the next day. Except
What
I had
happened?
I had to leave. I had to go back for work.
Oh.
So I was like,
You mean you didn't take a personal day?
Yeah, no, I took a personal day, and so so that didn't
That's
happen.
sacrilege. She asked you. She was going to come to your house, and you went into the city to do a radio show rather than hang with Streisand.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, listen,
The woman's almost 70 years old, Howard.
Yeah, she was terrific. She really was really interesting. We talked about just about everything.
I don't even think of her as an age.
Well, I tell you what.
She's exactly 20 years older than me. That's how I know.
Wow.
We had a fascinating conversation, actually.
And she's one of the smartest women. She's all politically astute. She's She's amazingly well read.
Yeah. Yeah, no. She kept up with me, no problem.
Oh, kept up with you.
That's right. You know what an intellectual I am. I didn't know what half those topics. I just faked my way through.
You had no idea what she was talking about.
I have no idea what anyone's talking about. I just go, oh yes, I agree.
Yes,
I feel the same.
agree. I feel that way.
I'm a big dummy. Anyway, listen, but I'll tell you about that sometime.
All right, but listen,
you guys have things to talk about.
Invited to your house again. You cancel show the next day, and you call me, and I will fly in.
All right, you got it.
To the Hamptons.
Imagine that. That'd be some scene. All right, listen, watch Rosie's show weekday night, 7 o'clock on OWN. She's back on TV and getting fabulous reviews, and I will be watching too. All right, Rosie.
All right. Thanks. Bye, guys.
Have fun.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Right. All right. There you go. John Lieberman's here with the headlines from the Howard 100 newsroom. This guy works his ass off. If you're doing something wrong, he's going to find out. So just give yourself up right now. This guy's a hard-working, hard-hitting journalist. Yes, John.
Scott the engineer has once again been approached by the Professional Bowlers Association to play in their upcoming World Series of Bowling tournament. Scott, sources say, is trying to drum up support around the Stern channels via emails to send him to compete again.
You know what?
What are these emails? Who's he sending them to? Did he send you an email?
You know what? So about a month ago, Gary comes to me and he says, or Doug Goodstein came to me, actually, from Howard TV. And he said, hey, Scott's been asked to go bowl again, the PBA tour. I said, yeah. He goes, well, last year we covered it on Howard TV, and, what do you think? Do you want to do it again? Scott approached us. He'd be interested. I said, look, let me think about it. So I'm thinking about it. I go, from what I remember, I watch Howard TV.
It wasn't that big.
It wasn't that interesting to begin with. Scott stands there like a lummox and bowls, and he bowls okay. He didn't do great. He didn't do bad. He just was boring. It was fine for what it was. I wasn't sitting and pining away for Scott to go back on the PBA tour.
Yeah, you haven't been thinking about it.
Yeah, well, Scott's been thinking about it.
Well, he had a great time.
Right, he had a great time. And don't forget, he left here for like a week or two, and no one missed him. And that's problematic when you leave and nobody knows you're gone, because it makes it seem like you're not that valuable. So then, Scott. So I said to Doug Goodstein, I think we'll pass on it this time. I said, I don't see the merit in it.
Right.
Well, next I guess they told him no. And Scott's sort of having an inner tantrum. He writes me a direct email.
Ah.
And he goes, I don't know if you are aware of this, but the PBA has asked me to bowl again on their tour.
So, in other words, he got the no from Doug.
He got the no from Doug. Now he's writing me.
And he wants to get a direct no from you.
I didn't even write him back. Never responded to his email. Right? I never responded. No. And I never fucking will. So then I write Gary.
Wait, that's rude. Okay.
Oh, good.
That's really rude.
And you're rude.
No, I'm not rude.
You were told no by Doug Goodstein.
I wasn't told no. I never got an answer. That's the problem.
Well, you're
I never
rude.
got an answer.
All right.
Now,
So,
I'm not
first
rude.
of all, you don't
I ask
ask
a
me-
question around here and people freak out. What the fuck is that?
You don't ask me
Please.
that.
I don't
You don't
ask
bother me. When do you
Don't
ever
bother
write me?
you.
Yeah, don't bother me.
Wow.
You
Who
don't
the
bother
fuck
me.
are you not to bother you?
I'm your boss.
Yeah, I know that, but I
And
can't
you
ask
know
you
the
a
rules, right?
question?
No.
Holy
No.
shit, what
You
the fuck is
can't.
wrong with you?
Because you know around here you go to Gary. You
Wow.
don't come to me directly.
Well,
because you were already
I
told
did, but
no.
I never got an answer.
Doug Goodstein told you no.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
He's coming in to tell you.
He's coming in right now.
Now, he's going to... Listen.
This is what gets him worked up to bowling. Not the wife calling in. He could care less. This is what's
no,
going to get
that's
him worked
another
up.
fucking issue.
So,
but
Doug
here's,
told... No, here's my issue
Mr.
with you.
Trader over here. Throw anybody under the bus he can.
Here's my issue
Doug,
with you.
Doug, you never gave me an answer.
After I wrote no to you, Doug, what happened? Did you tell him no?
I said he
said he never got
that
an answer
Howard
from you.
I got a weird vibe from Howard. He didn't seem really into it. I followed up with an email to you.
Right.
Didn't hear back.
That was fine.
Scott,
Yeah, so
did
he
I
followed-
not
so
tell
Doug,
you?
So listen, Scott knows around here. You don't bother me with your shit because I don't
Listen.
like saying no to anybody.
That's right.
And you go, yeah. Well, you
So
were,
say
you were
no.
gonna-
Instead of a no answer.
No, you go to Gary like you do on everything
I did
else.
go to Gary.
Do you ever write me once asking me
Gary-
about your job?
Gary
Do you
never
ever
came
ask
back
me
to
about
me.
what you should be doing every day in your studio? No. You
Gary
go to
never came back to me.
You want to bowl so bad you're throwing a tantrum.
Well, I'm not throwing
So
a
listen
tantrum.
to this. Listen, this is what matters to
Listen,
him. So
I
wait, I'm not done. So then Scott doesn't hear back from me. Because he knows what that means. I don't write to Scott about his personal bowling. We have meetings for that. Gary, he has a conduit to go to Gary. He can go to Doug Goodstein. And when he hears that Howard's not interested, take the fucking hint. No,
Okay, fine.
he's not
Don't
giving
cover
up.
it for Howard TV. That's fine.
Okay.
I don't.
So then
I didn't.
he gives
Wait
up
a
on
minute.
me.
Let him, yeah.
Tim comes to me.
He went to Tim.
Yeah, he's going to everybody.
Came to me,
right?
And then we discussed it, and I said to
All right,
Tim.
so Gary then comes to me. So Scott knows
So
what to do.
you still getting questions about this.
Well, wait a second. In between Gary, I walk by Scott's studio, and Scott says to me, I want to go bowling, something along those lines. So I had just come off the air. My head was fucking spinning.
Hey Howard, Doug sent you a thing about the bowling tournament.
Yeah.
Do you have any problem?
I can't deal with it now because I just want to take a break.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm going to talk to Tim. I'll talk to Gary and find out what's going on. Okay.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Quite frankly, I was thinking about it. If there was any merit in it, if there was anything good for Howard TV or on the
So
radio.
you're still considering it?
Yeah, I was thinking
Just
about
don't
it.
bother you.
I was thinking about it, but he's bothering me as soon as I get off the air because he wasn't satisfied that I didn't answer his email. But he's already gotten a note from Doug. Gary he went to. So Gary comes to me, and I said, you know what, Gary? I like Scott. I got nothing against him. He wants to bowl. Let me think about this. I sat in my office and wasted 20 minutes of my time trying to think if there's any fucking reason I need this guy. And I still was saying, oh, what the hell? So then, I don't know. Gary then, I talked it over.
We discussed it, and then you said, you know what? We need him here.
Right.
So then Scott had come to me, and I said,
Yeah, I mean, he's got a job.
But I said you should talk to Tim. So Tim sat him down and said, no. Did Tim tell you no?
Nope.
What did he say to you?
Tim told me he
Nobody
told you
will
no.
tell you no.
What did Tim say to you?
Tim came to me and said, as a friend, and first of all, he's not my friend.
Okay.
I'd like to give you advice.
All right. What was his advice?
Drop the bowling issue.
Well, what does that say?
So what happened?
That's officially, that is not an answer.
Scott, I told you that 3 weeks before Tim told you that. I said just
everyone's
drop it.
nicely saying to you,
So
no
I
one
dropped-
cares if you bowl.
I dropped the bowling issue.
Well, then he comes up with a new plan. He goes, I want to take my personal time. So I get a memo from Tim and Gary. Scott is now saying he wants to take his personal time to go bowling. I said, oh, you mean when he has his vacation, it coincides with bowling? I said, that's fine
Well,
with me.
unfortunately, it doesn't coincide.
Right.
Unfortunately for you.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm...
Right. So I go, oh, that sounds okay to me. I go, you mean during his vacation? They go, no. He wants to take his own vacation, set up his own vacation, and go bowling.
Uh-huh.
I go, well, is he needed here? Because if he's not needed here, why is he here anyway? I said, do you guys need him here? They go, yeah, we need him. So I said, well, then there's no issue. Forget the fucking bowling. I want to go shoot pictures today for my
There's
photography.
things I could be doing today that would mean I wouldn't be here.
The only reason they're asking you to bowl is because you're on this show. Leave the show, quit the show, and go off and become a professional bowler. What are you waiting for? What are you doing? You're nuts. You're going to go campaign? You see how hurt he is? This matters to him more than anything.
I was trying to get an answer from somebody.
What do you think the answer is?
An answer.
3 guys told you, drop the issue.
I love it that he says Tim is not his friend. Tim tries to give him some friendly advice.
Right.
And Tim says, drop it. And he goes, that's not an official answer.
So the show, you don't want to cover it? That's fine. We
don't want to cover it. Nobody cares when you bowl.
Good. That's fine.
Unless you're bowling window
to
retard.
Do you feel like you have an answer now? Or do you need me to sit down with you?
Well, obviously you don't want me to go, so that's the answer. You gave me the answer.
Listen.
You gave me the answer.
I want you to have everything in life you should have.
I get it.
But you got a job. Listen, you're not 12 years old.
No, I'm not 12
You got
years
a
old.
job.
Okay, so...
Either you're needed here. I asked around. I said, does anyone need Scott here? They told me yes. I was shocked.
Oh, wow.
As much as you are.
Yeah, right.
Isn't it nice that people need you?
Very nice.
So that's more important than going to fucking bowl. What is it?
Is there some free time you have that you could participate in this a little bit?
No, unfortunately, it happens during a week that the show is here.
Oh.
3 days,
Well, there you go. So there's your answer. You can't bowl.
Okay.
Wow.
I got an answer.
Right.
I was looking for an answer.
You didn't have an answer.
You got 5 answers.
You got 20 answers from 20
Doug
people.
never gave me an answer. Gary never gave me an answer. You never gave me an answer.
What did Doug
Tim,
say to you?
Off the
Doug
record.
said, we're not interested. Tim said, hey, drop the bowling issue. No one's interested. Gary said to you, it's not going to happen.
Okay, so fine.
What answer were you looking for? As far as writing me, the one time you wrote me a personal note is to ask about bowling. I don't know whether you're needed around here for bowling. I mean, it's an outrageous question. I don't have anything to do with that. Gary around here answers all of your questions.
Okay.
That's the pack. All of a sudden, you break protocol around here, but I'm bowling. Meanwhile, you got the answer from 20 guys.
I went to Doug first. I didn't go to you.
You went to Doug.
And
you
he
went
gave
to
you
Gary.
an answer.
Doug showed interest, and he said it would be a good follow-up.
Right.
Okay, that's Doug.
And I told Doug he's out of his fucking mind.
Because we do the behind-the-scenes show. Now it'd be more...
Scott, it's boring.
Okay.
Watching you bowl is like watching paint dry.
You get it.
My
I get
fans
it. I get
who
it.
pay for Howard TV don't want to sit and look at your fucking bowling.
I get it.
I know this. Listen, I'm sorry. I want to do something today. I don't want to be here today. What should I do? Who am I going to cry to?
Really? Then I was just asking for some personal time off. 3 days.
Listen to me. Personal time. I want personal time.
Oh my God! You really do?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't get it. You still don't get enough.
Scott, can I have? No, I don't.
Really?
I want more personal time. Can I have it?
You can have. Obviously,
you're laughing about my personal time.
Yeah.
Your personal time matters. Mine doesn't.
I didn't say it doesn't, but
personal time. I said to Gary, I never heard this around here. What is personal time?
It's vacation time that I get from the company.
No, wait a second. I said if it's Scott's vacation, of course he can have it.
Well, it's vacation
time. But I heard
time.
that you have scheduled vacation. It's not right. And Gary explained this. Explain it to him again.
Okay.
Personal
vacation time is vacation time that you get. We've all agreed, since we've all worked here, that we all take vacation together. Otherwise, it's anarchy.
I do that.
Personal days. Here, you know what personal days are for. You're like a factory worker, but you know better. Personal days are for a funeral, a family emergency.
Not to bowl.
Not to bowl. That's not a personal day.
That's why I was asking if it would be
they told you no. I know they told you no.
I explained what I got. The answers I got.
What do you think the answer is? Did anyone say yes?
No one said yes.
Did anyone say it was a good idea? Did anyone say, I think this might work? Tim said to you, I would drop this if I were you, Scott. You're a boss. You're a direct boss. Said, I would drop this.
Listen, I got news for you. I'm going to give you some advice. As your friend, I consider myself a friend of yours. Maybe not Tim.
Maybe you don't consider him a friend.
The kind of passion you have for this bowling is the passion you should have for when my equipment breaks.
I do.
Okay. That's what you should be excited about. Forget bowling. Bowling is for going once a week with your friends. You get a little drunk. You get away from the wife. And you sit there and you throw that stupid ball at those dumb fucking pins.
Right.
The way he yelled at you, Howard, when he walked in, I wish I heard that tone of voice when Lady Gaga's microphone didn't work.
Right. You'll never see him erupt. Except for
like
bowling.
he erupted.
Yeah. Oh, the bowling.
Well, I never got an answer. That's what,
But you did. You got an answer. You didn't want to hear what you heard.
He said, drop the bowling. I said, okay, I'll take. So
you didn't
let
like
me
the
take
answer.
a couple of days off.
That's not dropping it.
A couple of days off to go bowl?
So what happens when an emergency comes up?
So are you needed around here or not?
Yeah, I'm needed.
You are. So then how can we let you go?
Okay, I got the answer.
Right.
But also, Howard, suppose some emergency now comes up and he needs a couple of days. He already took him for bowling.
Yeah, but that was good for you guys. You talked about it on the air. I remember when he was bowling the last time. We talked. Then they call and say, we want to get on the air with Scott. And I go, you know what? I'm not even that interested in getting an update on him.
I remember your exact words to me when we discussed it was, you go, Gary, I remember seeing Scott Bowling show, and I don't remember it being stellar television. It was good once, but I don't think it merits doing it again.
It was boring.
Well, you should get Greg in here. Greg said it was the most boring week of his life. He said they shot like 80 hours to get like 10 minutes.
Is, I want to do a Robin dating show. I can't get a budget for that.
No, please send Scott.
Oh, no.
To go
No. Well, you know what I mean.
Well, everything was paid for. It wasn't. You didn't have to have a budget.
No, I understand that, but my guys, they get paid to sit there and stare at your ass for 80 hours.
In other words, the crew has to be paid.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Not you.
Look, Scott may have a future in bowling because the PBA CEO tells us his skills have impressed the other bowlers.
Let me tell you what impressed
they have, all right.
Here's
His
what
skill
impressed
at
the
getting on the
PBA.
air.
When I talk about it, they get attention. Nobody pays attention to bowling until I talk about it. It's got nothing to do with Scott. They're not looking for. If Scott wasn't on this show, there'd be no bowling.
Why didn't they say quit, Scott, and come on the
Well,
tour?
they did invite me, even if I said.
Well, there you go.
They invited me without coverage.
Yeah,
they said if Howard doesn't want to cover it, you're still welcome to bowl.
So go bowl.
I can't because I.
Oh, you got a job. I'm so sorry you've got a job.
Then I asked for
Scott, I'm so sorry
for the
you
days
have a
off.
job.
I mean, I just.
Robin, do you have anything you want to do?
It's just.
I'll tell you what I want to do.
Let
What
me
do you
go
want to do?
now. I can find something
It was
to do
just a
that's other
question.
than-
Everybody freaks out from a question.
Should Robin leave now? She's got something she has to do. She doesn't want to say what it is.
Okay.
It's a
Whatever.
female thing.
Whatever.
I'll tell you what I want to do. I
do you
was just
wanna
telling
do?
John Hine this. I've always wanted to go to the Super Bowl. Always wanted to go. It's on a Sunday night.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I've investigated it a million times. About 4 years ago, I actually got a friend was going to let me jump on his private jet home from Phoenix.
Go ahead.
But I still was nervous about when we'd land, so I found out we were going to scheduled to land somewhere between 4 and 5, and that made me nervous. So I spoke to the guy that runs all the private jets in the country. He told me the Super Bowl is the biggest night of the year for private jets.
Of course.
There's at least 300 in whatever town that's in.
Mm-hmm.
He said, you should land at 4, but I can't promise you that you will. So I said, I can't do it.
Right.
I got to be here.
That's right. You missed that on the Super
And
Bowl.
I can
wanna
tell you
go.
something I've been trying to do. I want to go to the Australian Open. We're working during
why
that
don't
time.
you go? Take
it's
a personal
million
day.
miles away. I could never get back.
You know,
here.
Scott, which way do you want it? Do you want to be a player on the show and be important on the show? Or do you want to play it that you're so inconsequential that you can leave? Like, if Robin said to me, listen, Howard, I love the show and everything, but I've got to see the Australian Open. I would tell her you're out of your fucking mind. I need somebody here working with me.
Okay, I got an answer. I'm not bitching about.
You had an answer
I didn't
20
have an
times
answer.
ago.
Can I just say one more thing, Howard, just for Scott? And I do mean this as a friend. You know that you've been butting heads with Tim and management about stuff here. Do you think when stuff like that's going on, it's a good time to say, can I take 2 days off when you're trying to show them your importance here and that we do need you?
He wants it both ways. I'm unimportant. I'm important.
No, I wanted an answer, an official.
But
yes,
writing
no.
me is, no offense, I'm not trying to sound like some kind of asshole, but like, you know what? If I work at Microsoft, let me say something. I got a brother-in-law who works at Microsoft. He doesn't have Bill Gates' home email, and he doesn't sit there and fucking hassle him. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand that.
About his personal days. That's something Gary handles here. That's his job. Okay. I wouldn't have Gary. If I want people contacting me, what do I need him for, those big teeth?
Wow, I had no idea.
Oh, you don't even know what goes on. You're protected. You were off in England during the death of Steve Jobs.
You're protected from assholes like me.
You're not an asshole.
Sorry, I asked a question. I mean, that's all I was trying. That's all I was trying to do. Was ask a question.
I want to be home with my wife.
I mean, okay.
All right, you know. By the way, how'd that go when you got home last night?
I'm not making any comments.
Yes, dear. Really? It wasn't good?
He is a jerk. We asked him about it first thing this morning, and
What'd he
was
say?
stoic. He said, everything's fine. I said, did you sleep on the couch?
That
He
I'm
says,
interested in covering.
Well, of course.
Yeah, can we send some cameras there?
I said, did you sleep on the couch? He's like, I never sleep on the couch. I was like, well, did you sleep in a different room?
I sleep in a box in the garage.
What do you say? He's the lord of the manor. Of course
He said the floor was a little hard.
I am the king of my castle.
You had to sleep in a different room?
No.
Oy vey.
Well, what was the problem?
I slept in another state.
The problem?
Yeah, was there a problem?
You didn't do anything wrong.
Well, no, I didn't think so. I mean, people piled on in the wrap-up show too, and
I don't know anything about
Ralph and Richie, and so that I didn't think was fair. So yeah, I mean, when you get involved with people on this show,
right,
things can go wrong.
Right, absolutely. But you're not to blame. Listen, your wife decided to call in. Who told her to do that? That was crazy. I love if your wife called in every day, I'd be happy.
I know.
Then you could go bowl, because then I'd have her.
I wouldn't be happy.
I'd hire her in a minute.
I wouldn't be happy.
Right.
But people on the wrap-up show suggested callers that I didn't defend my wife.
Oh, really?
I thought that,
Well, how are you supposed to defend her? She was doing fine on her own.
That's what I said.
She's a firecracker.
That was my answer.
She didn't need you to defend her.
Well, I defended her when I thought she needed defending.
Right.
When things got a little out of hand, I said, they accused her of wanting to leave early. I said, that was me. I had to leave early. Right. It wasn't her. She didn't have anything to do with that.
You're a beaten man. You can't bowl, and you got to go home and
got to go to
listen
Vegas and
That's
bowl.
right.
Please.
Yeah. So she was mad at you, but why was she mad at you? Who knows?
She was a little upset. But
did you argue, or you just gave up?
You know how it goes.
Right.
I'm not gonna,
I'll go straight to the attic.
I'm not gonna.
Listen. Listen.
Please let me go bowling.
I know you love. I know you love bowling.
Send me away for a week.
I know you love bowling.
I do.
I know you do.
Yeah, I do. And
but listen, the Howard TV guys told me it was the most boring week
for them.
of their
It was
lives.
boring. I could.
The
I
TV
see
show
that.
to me was boring.
Okay,
no offense.
that's cool.
I mean, watching you bowl. I'd rather watch Wendy. I'd rather put the resources into Wendy the retard bowling. If the PBA wants to put her on that tour,
Yeah, maybe I'll bring them out there.
Right. But,
no, I get it. It's not exciting. It really. I mean,
it's
That's
terrible.
why bowling is having a problem.
I mean, but if you're asking me, and I don't like to get involved in this, but I would rather have my engineer here with me than hear that you're off bowling, which I can't really do anything with.
Okay, that's fine.
It would be another thing if you were top of the PGA Tour, and if you don't go, you're going to miss $100 million payday.
And you know what was weird? Like, the whole premise was that, like, Scott's a good enough bowler that maybe he'll win the whole thing.
No.
And not only didn't he win the whole thing, like
he wasn't even qualified.
He was just sort of at the bottom. He wasn't the worst bowler. He wasn't a great bowler. It was just such a disappointment on every level.
I'm not going to win the whole thing, obviously. Those guys are so good that, I mean, it's.
Well, we know. And you're boring, and it was
that's
boring.
the only reason to take time off if you're the greatest.
Like, if Scott was bowling naked, okay, then I could see it'd be funny.
All right, maybe we can work something
Once. It doesn't take 80 hours to cover that.
Believe me, no one wants to see me naked.
You know, the words bowling and boring are almost identical, except for 2 letters. Think about it. I've thought about it. Oh, when I got that letter, the email at home.
Your hair must have stood on end.
I was just like, oh, shit. This fucking guy's asking me. I know I told Doug no, or I was thinking about it, but...
Now I've got a personal email.
And then right after the show, he comes up to me. Hey, did you get my email about bowling? And I was like, Scott, I'm on it. I'm aware of it. But someone will get back to you.
What is it that gets into people around here?
No, I was being pressured for an answer.
They know that they're irritating you.
Right.
But they do it anyway.
I didn't want to irritate
because they know
him.
I'm a nice guy. Most guys would
Are
just fire him.
scumbags,
That's right. They were just like, they'd say, listen, get him out of here.
Yeah, he asked a question, get him out of here.
Right. No,
I
it's not,
appreciate
you can
I
ask
appreciate
me
you
anything you
value me.
want, but when it comes to that kind of stuff, that's Gary's job. You know what Gary's job
I
is.
appreciate you value me as an employee, and
Right.
you want me here.
Yeah, that's right.
I get it.
Yeah, what are we paying you for?
No, I get it. I understand, and I'm grateful for
All
that.
right, so go get to work.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, leave it there.
Yeah, leave it there. Get to work. Just get passionate. You don't know what goes on. And you saw how he came in?
The way that was amazing.
It's been festering. Like Uncle Fester.
Like,
He
I
looks
need
like
an answer.
He looks like Uncle Fester, and he was festering.
Everyone.
I thought his head was going to spin.
That vein popping out scared me.
Yeah, and I mean, you've covered war.
I've seen a lot. I've been to Iraq. I've been to Guantanamo Bay. I have seen a lot. That vein
Fuck everyone.
might have scared me more than the streets of Baghdad.
That's right. That's right. When he goes off, he goes off.
Gary, you've seen Scott over the years get in these types of situations.
I haven't seen him this angry since he didn't get his push-up money. I mean, he was screaming. He's like, "Oh, you're a fucking big shot." I was like, "Wow, is he?" I thought maybe Fred was playing a tape or something. I couldn't believe he was yelling at Howard like that about something like this.
Why, it seems like he's cooled down in recent years. He doesn't have these big blow-ups. Why is he so passionate? Like, why is this so important to him?
He loves to bowl. It's something that's really, really he loves to do. It would be like his version of bowling is me going on tour with Bruce Springsteen. I can't explain to you why he loves bowling, but he loves it. So I get that. I get that this is something that means a lot to him. But everybody on the show has made a sacrifice for something that means a lot to them. Listen, I missed my best friend's wedding. That's no fucking bullshit. My best fucking friend, I was in the wedding party, and I missed it because it was the same night that we were doing a pay-per-view, and Howard goes, I fucking need you here. And I missed my best friend's wedding. These are sacrifices you make, man.
And why doesn't... Because like I was saying, he seems to have learned his lesson with these blow-ups, but this one just... He cannot let it go, and he's that passionate about bowling.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's a couple of days away from home. It's fun. It's something that he loves to do. It makes, when he goes there, they treat him like a big wheel. So I understand all the reasons why you'd want to do it. But we have this.
For once, the sad sack is being treated like a king, and
Howard taught me this lesson a long time ago. There was something going on where I was doing an appearance, and the appearance made me late for work, or somehow interfered with something. And Howard said to me, "If we don't have this, there's none of that. If we don't have this show, nobody's going to hire you for fucking appearance. Nobody's going to send you to go bowling. No one's sending you to the Super Bowl. Without this, doing this correctly, all the rest of that shit goes away." And so early on, I learned that this is the most important thing. This is the core of what everything else emanates from.
And all of your passion and all of your drive should be concentrated solely on this foundation, which is the show that...
Yeah, and then everything else is extra that you can pull off. Everything else is gravy.
Howard alluded to the fact that, his brother-in-law that worked for Microsoft doesn't have direct access to Bill Gates. Has our staff gotten too comfortable with Howard?
Well, you know what? That's a tough thing. We have a very small staff. We've all been together a long time. Scott's known Howard for 25 plus years, and Howard's given everyone access. You have access to him. You could write him on Lotus Notes. Everyone has access to Howard. So, I wouldn't have done what Scott did, but Howard shouldn't be too surprised when that happens. If you're going to give people access, people are going to abuse it. Howard thinks when you give people access, everyone's going to think like him and respect it. But everybody doesn't respect everything in the world. That's a problem.
So Scott's not necessarily so far off base or so wrong for emailing him directly, but...
No, I think he's wrong for doing it. I think Howard should be surprised. I don't think Howard should be so surprised about it.
And he's also needling everyone around here to begin. I mean, this is where...
Oh, my God. Yeah, no. The news department said to me, everybody knew what was going on. I mean, Scott went to the news department basically drumming up this story so that this would happen, hoping that it would be, let's let Scott go bowling.
And now that it's come on the heels of the fact that, his wife was on the air yesterday, it's kind of like the perfect storm for Scott's anger.
Well, I do understand why he wants to go bowling.
You know what he was doing to me? For weeks, he would try to guilt me to doing more after I said, dude, the door's closed. Just drop it. He would say, you really fucked me. You know how much this means to me? Like, thanks.
But how did you fuck him? You asked? You didn't make the final decision.
No, I told him he didn't want to hear my advice. And my advice was to drop it. I said, listen,
I don't understand why everybody was afraid to just tell him flat out no. He came to me. No, he came to me.
Just drop it.
Here's the thing. He came to me, and I knew the answer was flat out no. But it was Tim's place to tell. And even Tim saying, "I would drop this if I were you." I would have said.
But after that, he did.
But I would have said, "We discussed it. We need you here," and the answer's no. Yeah. I don't know why everyone's fucking tap dancing around.
I told him. I said, "Drop it. It's done."
No, but nobody said to him. I think what he wanted to hear was Howard said no.
Yeah, but that's crazy because 3 people told him basically on behalf of Howard.
No, I get it. I understand. Doug, this is vintage Scott, though, right? I mean, when he gets something in his head,
it means a lot to him. We all get it. But you have a job. If it was a vacation week, this would be no issue. We'd be there, and he'd be there, and he'd be in all his glory. Here he comes. He's going to kill me. He's going right to me. He's going to blame me for everything. Watch him.
Scott.
And what's your problem? Why do you lie on the air? Why do you lie? You never gave me an answer. You never gave me an answer. Why do you lie?
I can't speak on his behalf, but I told you no reply from him.
You told me no reply.
Is no. No reply
to you.
From your email to him means no. Tim told you no. Gary told you no.
Gary never
just
told
don't
me.
take it.
Gary given a
Scott, I didn't lie at all. I told you there no
You told me he didn't you didn't get an answer. That's
to
what
you
you told me.
And to me means no. When Howard doesn't reply, if he was into it, he would say yes. So he didn't reply. Okay. How do you interpret that? No, drop it.
I interpret that in my world as a no answer.
Did I tell you?
That's how I interpret it. When somebody doesn't answer, that's not a yes or a no.
Did I tell you 10 times that you asked me to drop it? Did I?
Okay, so I dropped you covering it.
Yeah, but I said to drop the whole thing, not just Mika. I said just drop the whole
Drop
thing.
TV, drop everything. The PBA was still willing to have me there without any show involvement at all.
I get that it's important to you, but
You let your director go away to fucking L.A. with his wife and take a day off, okay? Is that the same thing or not?
Well, I'm the boss.
You're the boss, okay? He's the boss. No, he's the boss, okay? He's the boss. So how come the Pace gets a day off to go with his wife? It wasn't even for him to go to L.A. and get a day off, and everybody's fine with that. But all of a sudden, the bullshit starts when. So don't bullshit me.
Because he doesn't work for me. You're comparing apples to
You can yell at
oranges.
him about that. That's you work here. That's a separate company. So you want to yell at him about that? Let him yell at him about that.
I get it, but he's getting on my case about taking the days off.
No, I'm not. I would have no problem. It's not my call. I told you from deciphering
You got no
the
answer.
clear
You told me.
information
You
with
got no answer.
replies.
In my world, no answer is nothing. It's rude. No answer. That's my world. When somebody can't answer you, then it's rude. Okay? If you ask a simple question, I did. If you get a simple question, you get a simple answer. It wasn't a big fucking deal. One question deserves an answer. Okay? I told him he values my employment. All he would have had to say was, in a response, I guess it's 30 seconds is too much time for him. I get it that you like to bowl, but I need you here. You're a valuable employee. Sorry, maybe next time. End of sentence. That would have ended 1 month ago. All I needed was an answer 1 month ago. The whole thing would have been fucking over. I didn't perpetuate it. He did. He did.
That's a valid point.
I didn't.
Okay.
Everybody sent me in a circle.
That's a valid point.
Two more quick things, then I got to run.
Right.
Richard Christie's new Charred Walls of the Damned album comes out today.
Yeah.
It's called Cold Winds on Timeless Days. Richard will be making some
Does
appearances
he make any
in
money with
Brooklyn
these?
tonight.
He doesn't make any money with this music, does he?
I don't think so, but I think he loves doing it, obviously. So.
There were a ton of drums in here yesterday. What was he doing?
I don't know, but I was thinking about Richard. I got a copy of his record.
We ought to play a little bit of it,
And,
shouldn't we?
yeah, I guess. But, it's a funny thing. He's such an accomplished drummer that if he had just kind of like hooked up with the right band, like he'd be the drummer.
He would never hook up with the right band.
Of course not. But he would be the drummer like in Metallica.
Sure.
There's no doubt he could handle that duty. Like when Lars was here, I wanted him actually to invite Richard up to play because he could handle it. But
Right.
Lars doesn't have a way of knowing that.
Right.
And I said, if the guy had just gotten into with anybody with any half a talent, Metallica or Led Zeppelin type band or someone big.
Korn, anything.
Korn.
Yeah.
Korn. Robin would be sleeping with him right now. He was in Korn. But he never hooked up. He sat in a garage, I think.
He was in a warehouse, a storage
warehouse.
facility.
Yeah, real quick. Let's see our listen. I don't know the names of these songs. Let me see. Here he is. He showed up.
And he writes all of this himself and everything.
He writes them all himself. It's a shame. You're such a talented drummer, but you never could hook up with the right people.
And why not become a session drummer? Why not work with studio?
I've done that
Did
before.
you ever smell him?
Yeah, who wants to be in a studio with
In a
me?
session.
No, but there's drummers that are a million times better than me that
Are
never
there?
make it too. Yeah,
I know,
it's
it's a
just the
shame.
luck of the draw.
I was just thinking of you. And I know you sit and you write this music.
Thank
I don't
you.
know
Howard.
where. I mean,
Plus, I'm here.
Do you
I mean,
get any
this
money
is
for this?
This is the greatest job I would want, better than
do
any
you get paid
band.
for this in any way?
Yeah, it's starting to come in a little bit.
Come on, be honest. Did they give you an advance?
Yeah.
Oh, they
Yeah.
did. Oh, okay.
But I mean, most of that goes to recording costs. But yeah,
Did
it
you
was
make-
enough
how
to
much
pay
money
the
did you
band. Me personally, maybe a few thousand.
$3,000?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
All right. Well,
Did you have to share it with Sal since you guys are partners?
No, but I pay the band members and stuff. Yeah.
I mean, is it a band or are these just guys who play behind you because you write everything and
Well, yeah,
what to do?
I write everything and they play it, but I treat it like a band because they're
All right,
my friends.
Let me hear this. All right, that's very nice. That
Thank
sounds
you.
like Aerosmith a little bit. And reminiscent. A little more mainstream.
Gets
with that-
heavy here pretty
Oh, it does
soon,
with that
yeah.
racket.
He's got to start making noise.
Yeah. How old are you again?
37.
Yeah.
Still in my 30s.
This is good. I like this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Fred not good enough to play on your record?
I would be honored.
He's got a different style. I can't handle this.
You don't do this.
I can't handle it.
Right.
I couldn't play it.
You have a nervous breakdown. That's good.
Thank you.
Who's the guy on the guitar?
Jason Sukoff, one of my best friends.
Better than Sal?
I don't know about that, no. But he's a good friend.
If you had to kill one of them.
Sorry, Jason.
Who's singing?
His name's Tim Ripper Owens. He's the guy they made that movie Rockstar about that sang in a Judas Priest cover band and then joined Judas Priest.
I thought Mark Wahlberg was in that movie.
He plays
in that movie.
He plays
he's playing him.
The singer, yeah.
Oh, you mean your friend is who it's based on?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I met a guy the other day told me it was based on him, too.